quick recap of last session. So you guys are currently in the Styes. It's this filthy, long forgotten, once lustrous city that's set in the Evermoors. It's now fallen into disrepair, and it's basically a haven for alchemists to experiment with whatever they see fit without having to worry about any real impact to the environment, in quotation marks, because it is a swampy area, but there's no regulations. So upon arriving at the Styes, you'd seen this very decrepit village, and you're here looking for clues to try and find King Hecate, the Storm Giant King, with only just a single letter guiding you here that was found on the body of Lord Dryland from the casino riverboat. Upon arriving, you'd met Nara, who was here looking for an old comrade of hers named Jarm, and you soon learned that Jarm, who was also mentioned in this letter, has actually he's dead. He was executed for murder, and Nara thought that that really didn't seem like Jarm. He's not really the murderer type. So this rose some suspicions and led you on an investigation. And Nara had already tried, like the town guard tried to inquire there, and she was turned away and threatened with being arrested if she continued pressing into the matter. And as you made your way around the Styes, you were almost tricked by some shills who took you to this really shitty inn called the Frother's Lamp, which is basically the husk of a lighthouse. And as you're making your way further towards the alchemist quarters, you'd met a man named Refram, who was actually a dear friend of Jarm's and a bit of a mentor to him, also an alchemical expert in the Styes. And he rose these suspicions as well, that he doesn't believe that Jarm is the murderer, and that perhaps he was beguiled with some sort of enchantment to commit these murders. And that he's actually fears for his own life because he's led his own investigation into this matter. And he's basically said he's going to leave the Styes for a few weeks. So you've continued investigating this murder mystery, and you learn that Refram, he is a bit of a loner, but he was happy to enlist you guys in trying to clear Jarm Loveyedge's name. Refram had attended Jarm's execution, and he tried to speak with the dead, and even he said the body, he was threatened if he tried to do that, and so the body was like cremated straight away. And anyway, Jarm was kept at the Hopener Asylum on the days leading up to his execution, an insane asylum home to 400 crazies, and perhaps not all crazies, maybe perhaps some wrongfully convicted like Jarm. That was another lead. So you went to investigate the asylum, and you met Emil Trantor. She seemed to be the person who runs the place, this female human physician. And she said that Jarm was missing, and she didn't even know that he was taken from the asylum for execution. And she also said that she just had a strange visitor come and meet with Jarm, Mr. Dory, which striked her as very odd, because it's not often that a counselor of this village would come and visit someone in the asylum. So she saw that was odd, and said that you're welcome to check out the room in which Jarm was kept. And as you'd made your way through this asylum, you've had to try and block out the horrible screams of all of the victims that are kept here, and it started to take its toll on some of you emotionally. We ended the session with you guys taking a look around the asylum and seeing all these strange markings all over the walls. Like squids and tentacles and a city and things like that. Right, so everyone had just made a Constitution save for trying to resist this exhaustion for, being in this enclosed space, listening to the screams and breathing in this terrible odor. And I'm going to say, yeah, Roderick and Lily, they're off doing some investigating themselves. They've got another lead. So that's where they are. Okay, so here you are in this room in which Jarm was kept leading up into the days of his execution. And the walls are covered with these drawings. There's a little lump of charcoal on the ground that looks like he used to carve these on the walls. And they're kind of like childlike sketches. They overlap each other. There are these confusing waves and patented swirls. And how do you guys feel? How's everyone doing?
I can't see it.
I think everyone except for Than in this group was able to resist the exhaustion. What do you guys think about these patterns? It's the only real notable thing in his room.
Well, we have learned of something called the Kraken Society. These things look like, I don't know, maybe something to do with Krakens?
Did we check out the writings to see if we can make out anything like a pattern of some kind or any kind of message within the scribblings?
Sure. Does anyone have proficiency in nature?
I think Than does. Let me just check.
Everyone make a intelligence check if you want to try and discern these patterns and maybe see if there's some sort of specific element hidden within the sketches. And if you are proficient in nature, add your proficiency bonus twice instead of once.
Oh, interesting.
Alright, Thomas, you're taking a look around and you just think calamari. You're just missing some sweet Seattle seafood chowder.
Start an internal debate over tartar sauce versus marinara sauce.
Rend, you're just thinking, tentacle creatures, maybe an octopus or a squid. Maybe if you can even tell those apart. And are you not sure what to make of them? Just random sketches. There's obviously some sort of octopus theme going on here. Squid theme. But Norin and Than, or especially Than, you guys read a little bit deeper into these sketches. So firstly, this tentacled creature, it's obviously devouring a coastal city. It's depicted as if it's going to devour an entire city, and the skyline of the city suggests that it's the skies. You can see a few little landmarks and monuments. So a tentacle monster devouring the skies. There's another strange and disturbing sketch. It shows some sort of deep underwater chasm with some sort of creature trapped in this underwater pit. And it has its tentacles wrapped around these otherworldly looking deep sea fish and humanoids as they're being dragged into the inky darkness. And finally, there's a sketching of this tentacled creature. It appears to be shackled by a collar attached to a chain, like a dog. And the chain is being held by another tentacled creature, a vile, multi-tailed fish of some sort. And you recognize that fish monster straight away as an aboleth. Anyone who fought the aboleth would recognize that too.
I think we all fought one, didn't we? At one point.
Yeah, I think. I mean, just Nara wasn't here. I think everybody else was already.
So everyone who has encountered an aboleth before would recognize this creature as the aboleth. So it looks like the aboleth actually has like a pet tentacle monster.
Scribblings of a madman, or
Well,
is there something within that?
Or a genius.
I think there might be something there, considering that we were attacked by those strange creatures on the Golden Goose, or whatever that sheep is called.
The Golden Goose? Yeah. Good enough.
That was the
close
name.
enough.
That was it, Golden Goose Casino.
Yeah, I was right.
Was
Can't
it?
believe
Oh,
the-
okay. I thought that was
the
I thought
boat-
tokens were
the
Golden
boat-
Goose tokens.
The boat was the Grand Dame, but the casino inside the
Ah.
boat was the Golden
Yeah.
Goose
Yeah,
Casino.
close
Ah,
enough.
okay. Very close.
But we were attacked by those strange creatures that resembled the aboleth, but humanoid. And we never did kill that aboleth, so that it would be back in play.
Or
Does
another
not
one
surprise me.
entirely, no?
Yeah, or a new one. Yes, that too. Either way, I can believe that this aboleth has a doubtful disguise.
You hear a crack of thunder from outside. It kind of rumbles the entire chamber, and some water starts dripping in. Some rainwater drips in through some cracks in the ceiling. And you hear another ominous crack of thunder. And standing there at the end of the hall is Emil Tranter.
Shit. That guy again.
Well, she knows how to make an entrance. I'll give her that.
Have you got everything you need?
Ah, I believe so, yes.
Then you should not stay here. It's getting late. And things are different here at night. You wouldn't enjoy it.
Ah, what a marvelously ominous statement. What do you mean by that?
It's not of your concern. It's time
All
to
right.
leave.
Lead the way, madam.
Alright, she
So did
leads you guys out.
Did we
Of
get
the
anything out of
Yeah.
as far as
That there is most likely an aboleth, and the aboleth has a big nasty pet that it's gonna sick on the styes soon.
no about finding this
But
dude?
killer. Well, I mean, we know Jarm is dead.
Dory came and visited him, and that was abnormal.
Alright, as you guys exit, there's like these hideous dark clouds that have moved over the skies. And although it's still early afternoon, it's actually getting quite dark very early. So everything has this this din to it, and the darkness, the shadows, it really brings out the character of the styes. You see all these rickety wooden buildings with wooden boardwalks sticking up out of the mire. They look like grisly skeletons with their arms and fingers dangling over you as they are piled one atop another, and you hear people moaning, calling out in pain, and other decrepit looking citizens slowly moving about the styes, although it's not that busy here in the the high quarter where the asylum is. So you guys are on number 11 down here. You've just exited now. And it's bucketing down. You guys are getting soaked. When you do get outside, I just realized, Dan, you should have been at disadvantage for your intelligence check, but it doesn't really matter because
sorry.
Yeah, Norin succeeded anyway, so he would have been able to figure that out. So when you're outside and you've left the Hopener Asylum, that exhaustion doesn't go away. You're still haunted a little bit, and I think everyone should make a wisdom save as well. It was pretty disturbing. Let's make a wisdom save against, well, to see how sane you guys are. Sanity check.
I'm rock solid.
Alright, Thomas, you're getting a little bit freaked out from being in there, and you're gonna suffer from some short-term madness. Roll a d100. Alright, Thomas just gets out and he just curls into a fetal position. And you retreat into your own mind, Thomas, and you become paralyzed. And he's just rocking back and forward.
Planting.
carry
He's
him over
planting
my-
again.
Emel's at the door again with another crackle of lightning and says, if you like, I can take him back in.
Nope, it is okay. We do not need your help for this, and I'll scoop him up. Alright, let's go. Start carrying him like a baby.
He keeps on shaking back and forward, and yeah, Thomas, you've just retreated into your own mind, so just having all these crazy thoughts come over you, and you're paralyzed.
Oh, she's huge.
I'll,
Do you want me to take
I-
him? She said.
No!
I reach down and I just try. I'll cast Lesser Restoration on him just to see if it helps.
Okay. When you do that, it actually fixes him right up.
Oh.
And you're now in Norin's arm, cradled like a baby, Thomas.
Stay there.
Perfect.
This is kind of nice.
Oh,
I get used to this.
Thanks,
Oh.
big guy.
you're better now. Alright, here you go. And I'll set you down.
You just don't resist. You just lay your head on his shoulder.
Are you okay? On blue again?
Well, he's not blue, still has all his hair, no feather beard. I think he's fine.
Yeah. Not even a plant.
As you look around, the that acrid swirl of fog that seems to stain everything gives the skies a bit of an off yellowish hue as well. And you start to see some dim lanterns being lit here and there. They look like little ghostly orbs peering through the fog all around you. The stench of this place is horrible, and you feel like the skies almost changes under the cover of night. Although you've got a good few hours left of daylight, everything is just now dim light, lightly obscured. Everyone, if you don't have dark vision, you can still see reasonably well. You just have disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight.
Perhaps we should start making our way back to our retrieve. Are we going to go back to the dock or the number 7?
That's a good question! A voice calls out to you. And
Oh.
a halfling wearing a red cloak steps out from around the corner of a nearby building.
We really need to start talking more quietly.
Yeah, no kidding. Didn't realize we had visitors.
It's only disadvantage on perception checks that rely on sight, my friend. Hearing is just fine at night, he
It's
says.
loud as hell.
Well, I certainly didn't mean to yell that out loud, but pray
Don't
tell,
worry, friend.
what news do you bring?
Oh, I was going to ask you the same question, actually. Grottin Longflint. pleasure to meet you. I'm an adventurer, just like you. And the little halfling, who's barely 3 feet tall, extends this furry hand outwards to shake your hand.
Shake it and say, I'm sorry if we've gotten off to the wrong foot. Enough.
You're just full of them tonight, aren't you?
That's a good one too.
Oh, don't worry. No need for the long faces.
Does he look like a adventurer?
With, you can make an insight check then. Still at disadvantage. He's still not feeling too well.
I don't know. He said he called us friends right off the bat. I mean, that just makes sense to me. He's an adventurer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we always
Hey, old
do.
friend. Groton says.
Well met.
Yeah, looks
Join us.
like an adventure. Oh! Join you? Going back to Mr. Dory's warehouse?
What do you know of that?
Oh, I have information. Perhaps a secret. But,
We like
you know, the economy in the skies is not really doing too well these days, and I would have to charge you a consulting fee, of course.
Everybody after gold, I swear.
Oh,
We need to find that.
only
guard,
100 gold
actually.
pieces up front is what I ask. Oh, is it a bit too rich for your blood? Well, I can guarantee you that my information will lead to much more wealth. And perhaps it could even save your life. You are planning to head to Mr. Dory's warehouse, are you not?
How do you know that?
Or what makes you think that? I didn't know that we're going there. How do you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I saw you scoping the
Thomas
place out earlier, and I mean, you don't exactly blend in with some of the locals. And he
Like
literally is
when
carrying an unconscious woman on his shoulder.
Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot about that.
She starts to
He
stir
just has
now.
strange courting rituals.
She starts to stir now, actually.
The rain woke her up.
And she starts to cough a little bit. So yeah, she's waking up. Ren, what do you do?
Yeah, I set her down. Kind of tap her on the face. You awake?
She looks up at you. She's getting soaked by all the rain. Are my eyes open?
He
So,
grabs her eyes and kind of stretches them open.
what is this?
Yeah.
God, get your hands off me.
Oh, just making sure you were okay, in my expert opinion.
What am I? A prisoner of yours now?
No, you're alive.
Oh, then if I'm not a prisoner, release me.
Okay, you're free to go. I just want to make sure you were safe.
100 gold.
Yeah.
No, I won't charge her.
Come on.
And Buffalo Bill and Ned Kelly and the
Oh,
others.
yeah, you're going to have to make new friends. Yeah.
Let's just say you need to recruit a few more shipmates tonight than you thought.
They're all dead, and maybe think twice before attacking random adventurers in the street.
Oh well.
I give her finger guns, though, but you're alive.
Thank you, I guess.
Good guess.
Oh, well, I'm out of here.
You're welcome.
She just wanders off.
By the way,
Hmm?
Ned Kelly and Buffalo Bill, or whatever their names were. Yeah. Who do they work for?
Oh, some rapscallions. They have some riverboats that move around the marshes. Nothing more than river pirates. And
That's it?
I suggest that they won't
Right.
give you any trouble either.
Alright, good.
And she runs off. Groton says, "Oh, I didn't mean to impose on you all, but it is raining quite a lot, and, well, my cow, it's absorbing a lot of water. Do you want this information that I have or not? I have done some research on Mr. Dory's warehouse. I'd be happy to share it with you."
How about this? We give you the gold, you give us the information, and also maybe like a lock of your hair or something. So we can find you later if the information is no good.
Or an ear.
Yeah, we don't need an ear.
I think not,
You
friend.
don't.
I have information that I know that you'll definitely want to know, so I'm happy to keep that if you want. But I'm not giving up a lock of my hair so you can track me down. That's not how I operate.
Well, I guess we can track you down regardless. I'm gonna... gemstone's fine.
Sure. In fact,
Here.
I have a love for gemstones. Right, snatches up those 100 gold pieces worth of random gemstones, counts them up quickly by moving his finger around the gems. Excellent. Drops them all into his coin pouch. Right. Groton looks around, makes sure the coast is clear. So as I said, I've been doing some research about Mr. Dory's warehouse. I mean, just general adventurous stuff. And I've been watching the place for a few days. There is a lot of activity there. People are coming and going day and night. And they're not just people. I've observed these other creatures moving in and out of the warehouse in the middle of the night. They're not just human. They're part human and part fish.
What?
But that's not
Pull
all.
Pull the other one.
Speaking of fish, there has been shipments arriving at the warehouse. I managed to peer into some of the crates. They're filled full of fish. Fish that you wouldn't exactly get out of the mudflats of the styes. These fish are strange creatures with bulbous eyes, eye stalks, and things that I've never seen before. I don't exactly know that there's much of a market for exotic species of fish in the styes. I think that is quite peculiar. So you be warned, there are many of these fish monster guards there.
What?
And that's not the secret, by the way. That's just the information.
Hope not.
If you want the secret, then, well, I will require a 30% cut of anything valuable that you extract from Mr. Dory's warehouse.
30%. That seems a little much. You're very small. You
So
shouldn't need this
paid
much.
you 100 gold to let us know that there's weird fish in buckets of shipment.
Yeah, it's not very much to go on.
That's what we paid 100 gold for?
Oh, and the guards, of course.
Well, we could see that there were guards.
That was just a consulting fee.
Mm-hmm.
Seems legit.
You didn't see any of these guards that Groton talked about.
Well, if you tell us the secret and come and help us get through there, I think even split of the loot would be reasonable.
Yes.
Make
You
a
have to be there to claim your share.
wait. So you're offering Groton more? A 50% cut?
No.
One
No.
eighth.
No. One. An even cut. 1, 2, 3,
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Never mind. If we're done here, then I'll
What?
just keep my secrets.
Well, so far the secrets you've given us are odd fish in barrels.
No, you
And
don't think
guards,
that
and a
is
few
something
guards.
peculiar? I thought you were investigators. You are looking into the Ghost Lantern murders, aren't you?
Telling us what these odd fish are for, something in particular, that would be information worth 100 gold.
I think that was reasonable.
What
gonna
do you
lean
think they're
down.
for?
I'm gonna lean down toward so my head is a little closer to his or hers. Norn's not sure which. Listen. I really don't think that you have given us enough for what we have paid. And besides, we are not investigators. As you said when we first met, we are adventurers. That is something very different.
Right, make a persuasion check, Norin.
Yay, this is my best skill.
It shows.
I'm sorry that you're not putting the dots together, but the consulting fee was merely just that, a consulting fee. If you want to know the secret, then I'll require a 30% cut.
But what if we don't think it's worth 30%? I mean, just because you say it's worth 30% and then we agree to it and you just, oh, the front door's over there.
Because
that's
there will
pointless.
be nothing for you otherwise. There'll be 30% of absolutely zero without this information. And
How about the same share that each of us
that
get?
is zero, by the way. Rotten says to your end.
How
Count
about
on my
a share
fingers.
equal to what each of us gets?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not going any lower. That's my final offer. If you want a share of the treasure, then I suggest you take the deal because you won't find anything better.
Can I insight check this guy?
How much treasure are we
Sure.
talking about?
Rotten, I'll make the insight check first, Norin.
God damn it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a read on this guy too.
Okay,
So,
you can make an insight check too, Thomas.
You read the same thing Norn does.
yeah.
You guys don't feel that Groton is trying to deceive you or lie to you anymore? Lie to you at all? You feel like there is some
Anymore?
genuine... No, lied to you. I didn't mean to say anymore.
I think we might as well agree to it.
Yeah.
We're desperate
Alright,
for info.
it's up to you guys.
I
Groton,
say let's
Fine.
agree to it. If it's if his information is no good, then well, he still gets nothing.
Well, it better be worth it, that's all. But we got nothing to lose in this situation. Besides the 100 gold we just lost.
Yeah, that's already gone. And I think we got 100 gold worth of info.
All right.
if
I believe
you
that we agree.
want to try and make sense of what that significance could be, you could make an investigation check, like of the information that Groton told you. I mean, I think that in itself is pretty incriminating for Mr. Dory, who's supposed to be one of the council members.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
for
guys
sure.
have been attacked by these scum creatures. So it's pretty
Yeah.
solid information. If you remember these ones, that's obviously what Groton's talking about. And they are in the company of Mr. Dory. Thomas, you feel like this is linked. That this is like pretty much solid evidence now that the tentacle monsters, the Aboleth, they're linked to Mr. Dory. And you did see this pet being fed all these strange fish just moments ago. That Jarm had sketched on the walls. So obviously,
Yep.
Mr. Dory has got these strange Aboleth-like creature guards. He must be associated with the Aboleth somehow. and he's getting in this shipment of fish, which would make sense. Which you could also almost implicate him with Lord Dryland, because Dryland was sending shipments to Mr. Dory, and that they're feeding these strange fish to some sort of sea creature pet, probably somewhere in the styes. So it's some pretty damning evidence against Mr. Dory now. That's the difference between Mr. Dory may be involved or may not to he's definitely involved.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely 100.
if that's the case, then why did they kill him? Why did these tentacle creatures come to the ship and kill him?
Lord
He's getting ready to
Dryland.
spill the beans to us.
Yeah, he was about to tell you where Lord King Hecadin was. He's like literally, he said, King Hecadin is and then died.
Yeah. It was.
That's why.
Interesting.
Alright.
Yeah.
Grotton says, so, it's getting late.
All right, friend. That information was useful. I'll admit it.
It tracks.
We'll cut you in for 30% of what we extract there.
Excellent. Okay.
I look behind Thomas's back. Is he crossing his fingers?
I guess we're doing this. You're going to Mr. Dory's warehouse. I'll let you in on a little secret if you haven't guessed this already. I'm not an adventurer. I'm a burglar.
Figured.
I've been scoping the place out. There are very, very, very valuable items in that warehouse. A number of expensive pearls, in fact. Thousands and thousands of gold pieces worth. I saw them getting delivered to Mr. Dory. And, oh yes, there are more guards than what I had first mentioned. So, it depends on whether you are planning to do this during the day or during the night. During the day, the warehouse is full of workers. You could easily pose as workers. They're always getting in new mercenaries for door guards, and also laborers to move the alchemical shipments around and whatnot. Mr. Dory himself, he lives in the ship, the one that is suspended by the crane. I'm sure you saw it. But getting in there, I don't think would be easy. I dare say Mr. Dory, he would not allow anyone into his ship without prior arrangements. Now, there's not that many guards during the day. 4 of them. A couple at the door, a couple at the staircases. During the night, however, I've heard noises. Some sort of bestial creatures. 3 of them. I peered through some cracks in the warehouse, and I saw them. Strange creatures. Manticores. Humanoid heads, body of a lion, wings of a dragon. There would definitely be a bit more of an obstacle. Now, the office. That's where the valuables are. Precious, precious pearls. If you could somehow get in there, well, I suspect that we're all going to make ourselves a good couple of thousand gold richer. That's with my 30% cut. If you can get those pearls from the office. I can also sell off the goods for you. Take care of all of that. So you don't have to worry about dirtying your hands. I very much enjoy doing the laundry. The pearls could be traceable. So, there are your options. You could pose as workers during the day, take out a few guards perhaps, or even bluff your way through and try and get an audience with Mr. Dory. Or break in at night, but have to face Mr. Dory's guards. They won't be happy to learn of your intrusion. I'll leave
All
it
these
up to you.
treasures, all these treasures are in the boathouse, Sky Boathouse.
There are some in there, I suspect, but the valuables that I talk of, they're in the office. It's on the first floor. It may be harder to get into the office during the day. The manager, the warehouse manager, she's a bit of a no-nonsense woman from what I've gathered. But
These tentacle guards, are they only guards at night, or are they plain view during the day as well?
the tentacle guards, they protect the ship. They are not clearly visible. It would terrify some of the warehouse workers to behold such a creature, so I believe that they lay in hiding around the ship itself.
Alright, so it seems like we will have to fight these scum, regardless if we go in the day or the night.
Most likely. But I'm guessing that you don't have any moral boundaries when it comes to that. Listen, if there is a scene, if for some reason you are discovered, I'll create a diversion long enough for you to get the job done. The guards in the styes, they are slow to react, to say the least.
He might
That's it.
want to get that distraction ready.
Okay.
Just go ahead and start it.
It's hard for us
Yeah,
to do
just
anything
go ahead.
quietly.
Just go ahead with it.
I will,
Green lights go.
I'll be watching, so if things get a little bit heated, don't worry. I'll buy you some time. And when this is all done, we'll meet. And then we'll exchange our funds.
Where will we meet?
I'll find you, don't worry. You're staying at the Frother's Lamp, are you not?
At the where?
The Frother's Lamp.
Where's that?
That's the lighthouse.
Oh, yeah.
Norn will still say the where.
Yeah, you know, with our friend with the open rooms and
You are
Rooms with a view.
definitely more than what you seem at first glance. No one would ever expect adventurers like yourself to stay in such a rundown location. I like it. Good cover.
Indeed.
You say you're not
where?
much of an investigator, but
this is
I
not
see.
This is not our first rodeo, I assure you.
He's like taking us. He's like, oh yeah, I get what you're saying. We're like, no, really.
Deceit mixed with compliments, mixed with lies, with
just at
all
random
kinds of
without
shit going
purpose.
on.
So, what are you thinking? Bluff your way in
Nighttime.
during the day, or go in full force during night?
No, nighttime.
Nighttime for sure.
Yeah.
We're equipped for night travel, if you know what I mean.
We're all bluffing our way in.
Winky face.
Can you-
I mean, night vision and fighting.
Correct.
Very well then. Let us wait until the cover of night.
Wait, we going tonight or tomorrow night?
I think not tonight.
Yeah, let's go in fully
Yep.
prepared.
You guys not fit to go? You only had one encounter the whole day.
We could go and rest in the place.
I would suggest that you guys try to move with a bit of haste because people are getting murdered and the king.
I would say
Heck
let's
it
go
is.
back to the, and this is not in character. I wouldn't talk about it in front of Groton. Go back to Rephrem's place and take a short rest at least. Identify those long swords, and then we should be geared
Go
up
for
to
it.
go.
And Groton, why don't we meet back here in an hour and a half? And we'll do it now.
I'll be around the Hemlock Pit. I'll know when you
Alright.
go to Mr. Dory's warehouse.
It's
Alright.
hard to miss us, like you said.
Okay. So, Groton heads off, and yeah, you guys have obviously already raised a bit of suspicion with meeting with Refram and whatnot as well. So I would urge you guys to move quickly and not to hang around longer than necessary. All right, so you guys head back to the Frother's Lamp and take the journey there. It takes about close to an hour.
Oh,
moving along.
I
with
was
these
gonna let's stay at the alchemist's place again.
Oh, yeah, that makes a
Yeah.
lot more sense.
I
Okay,
don't want to go back to that other place.
all right.
Yeah. For sure.
You guys.
Although we're just doing a short rest, so I don't know. Maybe it's better to go there.
all right, you guys
Okay.
head back to Refram's workshop, and when you get there, there are about 10 guards
Ah, shit.
out the front of the workshop.
Keep walking. Keep walking.
Yeah, a group. You recognize the captain as well.
Ah, fuck.
And,
I hate that guy.
Have they seen us?
They
We paid him off, right?
yeah, they definitely notice you guys, and they're watching you.
I nodded the captain that we paid.
He turns a blind eye, but you guys feel that they're already on to you now.
Meaning what?
What do we do?
Yeah, on to us for what?
Probably just meeting with Refram, inquiring about Jarm Loviage.
Wow, they're
It's conspiracy, man.
interesting. I thought they went drinking.
Alright, so then back to the lighthouse and rest at the bar. Just
Yep,
Get a drink
lighthouse. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you
He'll be
guys
happy we came back.
move by, and yeah, you do see that the captain is turning a blind eye to your presence after bribing him. You move up and you arrive at the Frother's Lamp. And just as Rotten said, this is a place where the guards are not going to expect you. I'll say that Lily and Roderick are here when you guys get here. And they said the same thing, that this patrol of guards pulled them up and threatened to arrest them. They basically had to elude the guards, and they made their way back here. They said that they went to visit the district garrison, try to get a hold of the constable. The constable wasn't there. She was out on patrol, and then they tried to ask them questions about the Lantern Ghost murders, and they were also threatened with being arrested. So no luck from the guards. They actually went to try and find the scene of the crime as well, where Jarm was caught, but they couldn't find any clues. So they've been doing a bit of investigating, basically. Barry Bob Billy is here. Ah! You're back, he says.
Yep, told her we'd be back.
Good choice. So, what'll it be?
Need a round of drinks, right, guys? We're just gonna sit here for an hour.
That sounds good.
I mean, did you decide on the suite that you like? The king's room? Or the standard accommodations?
I don't think we've decided yet, have we?
No, I don't think so.
We kind of live minute to minute, so I think all we've decided is we're thirsty.
Or you just plant the magical tent thing.
Oh, well, you should hurry up because the rooms, they don't stay vacant for long. You might miss out.
Really?
I'm sure. What do you have to drink?
We got some
God.
I like to call it fairy fire. And he pulls out this bottle. It's a clear bottle and it's got this bright green glowing liquid in it.
Oh, that looks unhealthy.
Do you have anything more along the lines of a simple ale?
Oh. But
Or a
it's
nice IPA?
I've got this Mirabarian rot gut.
I'm good for drinks. Thanks.
He scratches his face a little bit. Ugh. Well, who's up for a drink then? How many am I pouring here?
Yeah, let's get a round of the rot gut. One for everybody.
Alright
I
then.
think I'm just going to hold it to my lips so we've got some place to sit.
Yeah, it's in here other than us and him.
I've only got 5 cups, so do you mind if you drink? Why don't you drink a couple real quick and then we'll reuse them?
We'll share, don't worry.
Yeah.
And he pours 5 jugs of this very strong smelling ale in filthy cups. There you go. Slams it down on the bar. That will be 10?
10 copper?
Yeah.
Flame down a silver and 4 copper.
Oh, you're very generous. Thanks. Enjoy. So who's drinking this?
Norn is not.
Not that.
No, I'm just pretending to drink it.
Yeah,
Rand will. Rand will drink it.
Okay, you'll need to make a Constitution save, Rand.
Yeah, I'm not casting any more spells for stuff like this, just so you know.
You managed to keep it down. It's actually, I mean, it's not terrible. It's probably the cheapest table that you can get, but you keep it down, Rand. You've got a good fortitude, so you're fine. I'm just gonna put this little skull icon on you, Rand. Just
no reason.
Oh God.
for no reason whatsoever.
Yep. I'm good.
It's actually not from the rot gut. It's actually from the cup that it was in.
Actually, that's my
So
second
filthy.
skull icon. I think I had one last game, too.
It might just be from just being here, just standing here. Just being in the styes is, I mean, it's a hazard as itself in itself.
Well, if we're gonna sit here for an hour, Norn will pull one of the swords that we got from. He already forgot his name.
The dude.
Billy Bob or Crazy or whatever.
One-legged
Barry
Bill.
Bob Billy, they call me.
No,
the high
the
voice guy.
Shanghai gang.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Kill Bill. Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
I'll set the sword like I'll set the sword like across my lap, and I'll start identifying it basically. with the
Yeah,
sword.
you go to pour out a drink for him, and you can't even remember his name. And then, and yeah, both swords are identical, so you only need to identify one, and they're both +1 long swords.
So we're taking a short rest. Can I use my hit dice?
Yeah, go for it.
Did you say +1?
+1 long swords.
Yeah.
Who wants those? We also have a couple of +1 hand
Sorry.
axes.
+2 long swords. I meant +2.
Oh. Okay,
They
so
were
we have
+2
That's what
swords.
I-
+2 long
That's what I
swords.
thought.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay.
Alright, one for Nara, one for Norin.
If everybody's cool with that.
Yep. All yours.
I will give my the +1 that I had if you guys want to put it in the like group loot or whatever.
Yeah, we can throw it in the bag of holding.
You can add it next to the +1 longbow.
That's right.
I think Roderick actually carries that around.
He does.
It's not one of those things. Thomas is never interested. Not proficient in a whole lot.
Jeez.
Alright, so
Dagger, dart, sling, eh?
It's the life of a sorcerer, man.
alright, so you guys rest up here, and yeah, a couple hours later, it's nighttime, and you start to see a lot of people move through this district, and a few people come in here.
Oh, shit.
Unexpected.
Yeah.
Are we able to... Do we get a short rest then? Or did
Yeah.
we? Or
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a few hours now. Just some a few casual guests arrive. One of them's a dwarf. One of them's looks like a tiefling. One of them's wearing some sort of strange cultist outfit. Just the usual. And they're quite quiet, and they just quietly come up and order a drink and sit at the bar, and don't really pay you guys any attention too much.
How much did this guy want for his king suite?
He says, 5.
5 copper.
No.
5 silver. Seems kind of steep for that.
Yeah. That one. Keep going if you want. You can cycle through all of the types of coins.
That's as far as I'm going. So if it's not silver, you're out of luck.
All right then. Deal.
All right, I'm gonna pay him for the room. If we use it, we use it.
There you go. Only one bed though, and it's got sheets.
That's all we need. We're a very close group.
We love each other very much.
I knew it was a good idea to take over this abandoned lighthouse.
You're a smart one.
Like, it literally looks like he's just taken a couple of planks of wood and set up his own bar here. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even actually have any rights to this place. It's basically a squatter.
Squatter.
All he owns is the bar.
Squatters' rights. Yeah. Nobody else was using it.
Right then, so oh yeah, there ain't no key, and that's because there ain't no door.
We can see that.
Yeah, that's what I
But
figured.
it's got walls, that one.
Yep.
That's why it's the master suite.
Yeah.
All right.
Fit for a king.
Yep, king suite.
All right. Well, we'll be back later.
Before we leave, the guy that looks like a cultist.
Yeah, he's wearing this purple robe. He's got looks like a plague doctor mask on. He's just sitting there, and he pulls up the mask when you approach him and says,
okay.
"Can I help you?"
Hello, friend. Yeah, I was just curious. It's a strange getup you have there.
Okay. And
Well, it just seems like a cool organization if it would give you clothes like that.
Exactly.
listen, I don't want no trouble. I have my religions, and you have yours.
Not really.
Are you part of the town guard? You all look fancy and that.
No.
I think not.
Well,
We're much fancier than town guard.
I'm having a drink before I go and pray. Is that a crime?
Of course not. Have a good drink, friend. Watch out for, I don't know, diseases.
Can't catch him if you already got him. He's got like all this red blistery stuff all over his face.
Oh God.
He's already got the skull icon on him.
And Cultist just puts that mask back over its face, and then
Is there a straw in there?
and then takes the mask back off because can't drink with the mask on. So
You need to put a straw in there, like you.
I've got one. He pulls out a straw and he puts it through the beak. I thought of
there
that
you go.
already.
Good thinking. I just wanted to see what he was going to say.
All right, so yeah, they're just having a quiet drink there, and just a few fellows. So are you guys heading off to Mr. Dory's warehouse now?
Do we want to ritually cast Water Walk again before we?
Sure,
Carry
I can
on.
do that. Yep.
That's a good idea.
What about water breathing?
When you start doing the ritual,
That should be.
Barry Bob Pilly points at you, Than, and says, "Look, I've got free entertainment in here. See? He's doing a dance, singing."
Guess we could have gone to our room to draw less attention, but too late now.
Room is a strong word.
Our area.
There.
Yeah, in the room, you just see like people like walking by like through holes in the wall. People just like looking at you. And alright, so you guys head off now. You got water walking on. Roderick's going to just follow a couple more leads. He's going to check out a couple more things. But you got pretty solid evidence against Mr. Dory now, who is one of the councillors of this town. So you guys head on over there, and you may see a couple of guards. It's like well and truly nighttime now, and there's very little in the way of lanterns illuminating the streets. Most of the candles have already been stolen from the lanterns, and they're being smashed. And you guys need your own light sources to get through the styes, basically. People just holding lanterns and milling about.
Settle my goggles of night down and over my eyes.
Okay. And Norin, what are you doing for light? Oh, he's gone. Nara, what would you like to do? Lantern or a torch or something?
Yeah, I'll light a torch.
Okay.
Now Norin has goggles tonight, so
Yeah. Oh, he's got goggles tonight too.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, because I gave him mine when I got the dwarven belt.
Okay. Cool. Alright, so you guys make your way over to Mr. Dory's warehouse. And no trouble on the way over there. And there is no real light sources around these narrow streets around Mr. Dory's warehouse. So you can kind of see the silhouette of it. It's a 3-story stone building. It's roofed in slate and it's dotted with these iron-barred windows. The walls and roof are coated with this bituminous black gruel, accumulation of all the pollution, belches from all the alchemist workshops, and there are workshops actively working in the area. You can see the din of the glow from their windows and stuff, but I mean, there's no one in the warehouse at night. And behind the warehouse, there's just this big grey-green pit of mud. And it's the Hemlock Pit. So, like, you know, you can see it on the map here. Mr. Dory's warehouse number 7, Hemlock Pit behind it. And there's this huge rickety crane protruding from the wall, and the ship is suspended there dangling 50 feet above the ground, covered in greasy mud. There is a walkway that leads over from the crane into the warehouse, 50 feet up.
Wait.
So,
Ready to go to an asylum handout? Oh, that was from before.
wrong one. This one. So yeah, there's like a walkway leading from that crane. You can see it there. And then in terms of other entrances, there's only one door that you guys could see, and it's towards the north-facing side of the building, so opposite side of the building to where that crane is. So, how do you guys want to go about this?
Well, first, I think we should probably guide Nara through without the torch being lit, so we
Yeah, I
can
was
get to
gonna
a
say
spot.
I'm a little concerned about setting things on fire, and I need a free hand to fight anyway. So I'll go ahead and douse that.
Yeah, it's raining all the time here anyway, don't worry.
Don't try dousing it in the water.
Thomas
How
has many
toxic it
many
is.
solutions. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
actually just wave at his torch and put it out with my rune.
Alright, so you guys approaching from the doorway on the ground floor?
No, is there
Or
you
wanna-
said there's two stories, correct? Or another story?
It's a 3-story building.
3-story, okay.
That's what it looks like. So the entrance is a single door. It's quite a wide door, for shipping cargo and whatnot, and it's on the other side of the building. Opposite side.
Of the ship, right?
Yeah. So which
We
side do
can
you guys
climb-
want
we
to
can-
approach from?
We can climb up the crane and go along up the top and then come back down onto it.
Dear God. Quite dramatic. How about we just go into one of the windows on the side? Does the building have 4 sides to it, or is it
Yep.
adjoined to other buildings?
No, it's freestanding.
Freestanding.
Made of stone, roofed in slate, and all the windows are barred. Iron barred windows.
So, you going through the windows, probably not viable.
Yeah, which side do you want to approach from? There's only 2 ways in. Either climb up the crane or go around to the loading dock.
Let's go to the
Yeah,
Loading.
I'll try climbing.
what do you guys think? Loading dock area?
Okay,
Sure.
loading dock. Alright, you guys, you've moved up now. So, this is just the street here. It's fairly narrow. It's wide enough to accommodate a wagon and cargo and stuff, and this is that door. It's about 10 feet wide. 10 feet high, so it's huge. It can fit crates and things like that in it. And that's it there. That's the door. You're on the north facing side of the building here, and then the ship and the cranes opposite side. And for you, Nara, it's pitch black. You literally can't even see your hand in front of your face. It's so dark.
Can I check out the door to see if it's I guess locked or trapped?
Sure. Firstly, just for creeping up here, everyone make a stealth check, group stealth check.
Alright. Disadvantage. Oh, big 3.
Okay. You guys have moved up and I mean, a couple of commoners have noticed you guys, but I mean, they don't care. There's no one else really around here though. There's no sign of the militia. A couple of people saw you though. So you come up and yeah, you trying the door handle then?
Yeah, I want to check it out.
Yeah, it's locked tight.
Did you say it's a metal door or a wood door or
It's a wooden door.
So it wouldn't. Can I hear anyone on the other side? Any
Make a perception check.
footsteps?
It's quiet.
Is there a lock?
Yeah,
Can I try to pick it?
go for it.
I'll guidance myself.
Alright, you pick the lock easily. Click, and the door's now unlocked. It's raining
Okay.
out too as well, so it's
I
a bit of a
usher
storm brewing
everyone-
tonight.
Usher everyone in quietly, and then try to lock the door behind me.
Okay, you swing the door open. Double doors. These are like great wooden doors.
Well, I don't want to make a big ordeal out of it. Just as little as possible.
Yeah, you've got your stealth check. That's what the stealth check is,
Okay.
determining how
Yeah.
stealthy you are. Alright, you guys move in, and you move into the interior of the warehouse. It's a large open space, as you'd expect, and it's piled high with crates and boxes and packages. It's pitch black in here, and you start to see some of the crates are marked with alchemist symbols, and a lot of them say fragile or handle with care. And I presume someone is guiding Nara. And
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely.
I don't know if Thomas is here, but I'll move him in too. Oh,
Yeah,
there he
I
is.
think so.
Alright, you move in and you close the door behind you and locking it, did you say?
Yep, I want to lock it.
Okay. You can lock it from the inside easily. Okay, so moving in here, yeah, it's dead quiet, and it just kind of smells very chemically. There is a closed door offering its way into a walled area to the northwest, and those of you that have dark vision can kind of see a mechanical lift standing along the southeast wall, and some iron spiral staircases rise up from the northeast and southwest corners. You can just hear like the hum of rain and the rumble of thunder outside.
Now, there was our halfling friend told us about the office on the first floor. Correct?
Yeah.
So is this the entire? This is not the entire first floor.
This is the
Or
first
is it?
floor.
So everything that we see right here is the first floor. There's no other.
If you
Judging from the size on the outside of the building to the inside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the first floor. If you want to get up to the second floor, you'll need to use stairs. And as I did say just a moment ago, a door offers access to a walled off area in the southwest corner. A walled in area.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna touch Nara. And, should have thought of that before, but yeah.
Alright, you can see now, Nara. That is
Nara
helpful.
says, "Thank you, Thomas of Sanfram Chemsco."
Roll on the wild magic surge table, Thomas.
There it
Oh
is.
shit!
That's what I was waiting for.
You had to. There goes the warehouse.
Oh no.
Aiming at the door.
Yeah, I'll aim it at the door, but I don't think it'll go on an object, but try it at the door.
Roll me a D100, Thomas. You're able to divert the missile. They just bounce on the door, and basically you can just divert those missiles to just. You don't have to cast it at someone or anything. You can just have them just disperse, hit the wall, and do nothing.
Nice.
Should I check out this door, or are we going upstairs?
I thought
We might as
we
well
need the
check
office
out
on the
the
first floor.
All right.
This is the office on the first floor. This is where the treasure is.
Check for traps, for anything on the other side, all that stuff.
Alright, make a perception check. Alright, the door, it is locked, but it's just got a key, a handle. It's a wooden door. It doesn't sound like there's anyone in there.
Okay, I will try to. Is it locked? You said yes.
Yes, it's locked.
I'll try to I'll try to pick the lock.
Alright, make a thieves' tools check. And you can't get it. It is a well-made lock. 15 does not succeed. It's a bit too tricky.
And what are the rules of trying again?
You can't try again.
Okay.
Otherwise, there'd be no point rolling. You just keep
I'll hand
rolling.
my
until you get
crowbar to Rind
20.
and see if he wants to try to pick the lock.
I'll try to pick the lock with a crowbar.
I think you handed it to Rend.
Alright. Yeah. I will delicately, with a strength check, pick the lock.
Alright. You jam the crowbar into the door and make an athletics check with advantage. And you just snap that door straight open. So you, like,
Skills, guys. Skills.
break the wooden frame. And yeah, take a look inside. The area appears to be the business office of the warehouse. There's some filing cabinets, a work desk, large table, some sets of rickety bunks, and a woman sleeping in the bunk.
Oh,
She starts to stir. Who's there? She says.
So is the door open? Or was it just cracked?
Oh yeah, you snapped. The door.
Oh,
no
I can't see.
closes.
I can't see in.
Oh, I moved the dynamic lighting. It must have moved for you. Did it change now?
Yeah, now I can see it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, there's a woman and a man sleeping in these two cots, and they start to stir. And yeah, she calls out, "Who's there?" She lights a candle. Wake up, she says to someone else.
let's rush in and shut him up.
Good enough. Alright. This is a dream. Go back to sleep.
All right.
Be the ghost of Christmas past.
So yeah, this this must be the manager, and she looks kind of scared. And there is a half orc sleeping in armor in a cot as well. He's like already jumped to his feet, and his weapon was just resting next to him. He's drawn a heavy mace. And she says, "What's the meaning of this? Who are you?"
Quiet, surrender, and you'll survive.
Make an intimidation check, Thomas.
Nice.
What do you want?
Everything.
Ah. A bunch of burglars, I take it.
No.
You can take whatever you want, just don't hurt me.
Fair enough.
But you do realize whose warehouse this is, right? This belongs to Mr. Dory. And he'll be wanted.
That's why we're here. He's up to no good, and we know it.
What do you mean he's up to no good?
Well, if you're this close and don't know what he's up to, then you're not much of a manager. That's all I have to say.
I'll go on then. Take what you will. Just cause me no harm.
Can I check out these chests? If they are chests.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, even the guard, he backs down. He just lowers his mace. Backs up. They both back up into the corner.
I'll try to check for traps.
She
See if they're locked.
she says, the key is in the desk. You can make a perception check then. Disadvantage because you can't see properly. You're seeing in dim light.
I thought she lit a candle.
She has lit a candle.
I'll guidance myself.
She's standing in the corner. Chester over the other side of the room. And yeah, all of your perception checks will be at disadvantage, so you should have been rolling at disadvantage for all of them so far, Dan. Because you can't see properly. So everything's black and white. So I may want to set your rolls to disadvantage. Alright,
I just did.
You take a look, and as far as you can tell, they're not trapped in any way. They are locked. A couple of heavy-looking chests.
Okay. Open them up with a key.
You don't have the key.
Oh, she said it's in the desk?
She did say it was in the desk.
I will check for traps at this desk.
Okay.
Or do I have to do it again?
Yeah. You take a look at the desk, and it's a pretty plain desk. There's some paperwork and stuff piled up on it, a wooden seat, and there's just a single drawer.
I'll pull out a torch and wave my hand at it and light it. Hold it up. Here, this will help you find it.
No, don't! Briss says. The woman says. Are you insane?
Well, perhaps.
You'll
What does
blow
that
us
have
all
to do-
up.
Why?
The crates. They're full of alchemical equipment. They are highly volatile.
Oh. Why don't you tell us about the evil guards in there? I might just have to start juggling these torches. They are quite
Guards?
safe.
You
You mean to tell me you're managing this warehouse and you haven't seen the evil creatures coming and going to the ship?
we hire the manticores because they're solid. They're obedient. And they do what we say as long as we feed them.
I'm talking about the aboleths.
What? What's
The
an aboleth?
tentacle guards.
Tentacle, watery creatures that
We don't hire any
Dory
such
is
creatures.
dealing with. Dory certainly does. They're working for an evil
I
man.
don't pry into Dory's affairs. He stays up on the ship most of the time, but he has been acting strange. He never spends much time in the warehouse, not as much as he used to. He's always requesting moist towels. Make sure there are buckets of water on hand.
He's got something foul and watery up there. Guarantee it. What would happen to your job if he went away?
If he went away,
Yeah, like
Well-
permanently.
I wouldn't have a job.
Well, surely you'd still be able to run the place.
Oh, and he is the one that organizes the cargo. But strangely, he speaks as if the warehouse is closing down soon. From some of his tones and the things that he says. Listen, I don't want anything to do with his affairs, and I don't want you to harm me. So do what you must. I don't want to get involved.
Can you tell us how to get into a ship?
Through the crane. The third floor. No one is allowed up there. There is a door that leads out onto the crane, and then there is a bridge that leads over to the ship.
You
Okay.
go there ever?
No, I just told you that no one's allowed up there. Like 5 seconds
You said
ago.
no one's allowed up there. You didn't say you don't go up there.
I did
You
say
are the
that
manager.
before, if you were listening.
What are we gonna see on the who's on the second and third floors?
The manticores are on the second floor. I don't know what's on the third floor. Up in the loft.
And where are the stairs?
You've seen the stairs, they're in the corners.
Oh, okay.
Northeast and southwest corners are spiral staircases.
Which end do the manticores stay on? I don't want
They're
to come up the stairs that they're right by.
they're in the loft on the second floor.
She said the Manicores do what they say. Why don't we make them go with us and tell the Manicores to be good or whatever?
That's a good idea.
They are loyal to Mr. Dory. I'm not sure if they will listen to me, and quite frankly, I don't want to get involved with them. Please take what you will and spare me.
Is she
Okay.
being sincere in her fear, or what she's trying to portray?
Make an insight check.
Is that at disadvantage?
Now,
Or
the reason why you're at disadvantage is because you're using dark vision.
no dark
Like,
vision? Okay,
yeah,
so
dark
in this,
vision means you have disadvantage on perception checks that require sight because everything's in dim light, black and white.
so this is normal, just a regular roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's generally terrified and she doesn't want to have anything to do with this. She's just a manager,
Okay.
and you're all the Karens.
Okay, guys, we'll let you live, but we're gonna have to tie you up, just to make sure you don't alert anybody. Nothing personal.
Please
Oh.
let me out of here. The way you're lighting
Oh,
torches, it's fierce. I fear for my life.
Yeah, but I'm afraid once you're out of here, you'll think you need to contact the guards or something.
The
And we can't
guards?
have that. So,
The guards.
Or Dory.
yeah.
How will I contact him? He's up in his ship.
Anyway, we're gonna tie you up. Here's a gold for your inconvenience, and we'll give each of them 10 silver.
And then what? You'll leave me here?
Well, yeah.
Or they can come with us, maybe. You want to come with us?
No, I told you I'm not getting involved.
This way,
Oh,
as
Well,
Dory's
you can't
concerned,
even-
you will have been tied up, and it won't be your fault.
Yeah. You can't be blamed for it or anything.
Very well, but you be careful. I don't want this to be my grave. And are you tying her up, Thomas?
Yeah.
Alright, make a sleight of hand check. What sort of rope are you using? What sort of rope do you have?
Hempen rope.
Okay.
I'll put guidance on you, Thomas.
Alright, you tie her up securely. And make another one to tie up the guard.
Can I guidance and help him? Because he's going to be a little more muscular.
You can guidance and tie it, or guidance and let him do it, but it doesn't take two people to tie a rope. It just makes it probably more difficult.
Yeah. You want to do it?
No, you go ahead. I'll just guidance you. I think you're actually better at it than I am.
Not great, but not bad.
So yeah, the check that you get is the DC to escape.
Oh, 13.
But they seem pretty compliant. I mean, you've spooked them pretty badly, and they just
We're gonna close the door here, protect you too from anything that might go on outside.
Gonna take
Make
away
sure you
his
help.
take away his weapons as well. The guard's weapons.
Sure. He just
Want
has
me to leave my owl to watch them?
a mace.
Good idea.
Wait, did you go through the chest yet?
No, I was
Chest is still
in the
closed.
middle of about checking the desk, and then
Oh, okay.
things
What
happened.
was that?
Alright, the drawer of the desk just has some more documents in it, and just a single key ring with 2 keys on it. One for each chest.
Okay, open the chest.
Alright, you unlock the chest, and right, there's no pearls here, as the burglar had suggested, but there are these, it's full of this, like, alchemical gear and supplies. Everything from acid, an alchemist's fire, to even basically a portable alchemy lab worth thousands and thousands of gold pieces, and it's all clearly labeled. And they have their maker's mark on them. So, I mean, these are very special alchemical tools that are being kept here. The value is 3,500 gold pieces worth. Very expensive alchemical
Okay.
equipment.
How big is that? The whole chest?
They weigh 25 pounds each. And yeah, they're clearly labeled, so obviously you're not going to be able to just fence them in the styes. And that's why the burglar said they'll take care of selling them. Okay, so taking the chest. They can go in a bag of holding.
Right?
Alright, worth 3,500 GP and weighs 50 pounds. Who's doing the party loot?
That's me.
Okay. Alright, there's some fragile things in there as well, so you do need to handle them with care, but once they're in the bag, they'll be nice and snug. Alright, chests go in. And there's just, a table, filing cabinet, desk, paperwork.
Guess it's time to find some stairs, huh?
I'm gonna leave Hey You behind to keep watch on them.
Okay. Hey, just perches on the table, watches them. Alright, so you move through this maze of crates that are stacked up, and again,
I'll put out the torch too, sorry.
sure. Again, you see the chest crates labeled fragile, handle with care. And yeah, the ceiling here is 20 feet high, very large building. There is a hole in the roof over here next to the crane for hoisting up goods. In the northwest and southwest corners, there are these iron spiral staircases leading up into the ceiling.
Time to sneak up there, huh?
So they lead up
So-
20 feet and then disappear into the ceiling.
So we're headed up?
Yeah, I just don't want to go first, isn't it?
Alright, I'll go first.
Alright, Ren heads up, and you head up the spiral staircase, tap, 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 and it leads up to the next floor, and then they continue up to the 3rd floor. So Ren goes first. Who's going next?
I'll go.
Noran's next. Who's
I'll go
third?
after Norin. Thomas.
I'll go after Thomas.
Okay, so let me. Alright, when we get to those people there, I'm gonna fix up the dynamic lighting a little bit actually. There we go. Alright, so you guys, I mean, it's a very tight staircase. It's completely pitch black. And as soon as you arrive at the top of the staircase, Ren, there's just like a manticore. It's like 10, 15 feet away from you. And
Give him some scritches.
there are some more. 3 manticores. And another creature as well. You can hear it moving around because it's invisible.
I just keep tiptoeing up the stairs.
We're gonna roll initiative. And Nara and Than, looks like you guys will be up next. Who wants to go up actually before out of you two, Nara and Than? You guys are still on the bottom floor.
Nara will go up if that's alright.
Okay, Nara next and then Than. Right, so I'll move you up. Like
Oh, that actually worked out perfect.
Okay, so yeah, just as you suspected, there are guards up here, including one invisible creature, and 3 manticores. Rend, you're up first.
All right. I will go ahead and rage. Where's my rage? Oh, there it is. And then run up to this dude. Maybe. There we go. And I'll go ahead and reckless attack and great weapon master this guy.
Okay. That's a crit.
Disregard the fire damage that shows up because
Okay.
I haven't ignited it yet.
Alright, you just run up to these manticores. You run up to this one, and it just chuckles at you, ha ha ha, with its like humanoid face and its leonine body, and you just whoosh, slam that greatsword into it, injuring it quite badly, and knocking it into these crates. Roll a d100, Ren. The crate explodes.
Oh.
Like explode, or you just mean breaks apart?
It is a massive explode, like a fiery explosion akin to a fireball.
Totally valid.
It just hits like
Valid question.
hits the next crate, and just, I mean, the entire warehouse just explodes. It goes up, and
2 dead NPCs tied up in
all right, it's just
look, scroll up. I said they're gonna die.
so yeah, you knock something in the crate. Must have been an alchemist fire or something, and you broke a glass vial. It just a fire just basically decimates the second floor, and then that fire is like wrapping around holes in the first floor. And all right, so when this explosion happens, everyone in the warehouse needs to make a dexterity saving throw. It just
I may have done more damage this time than I did with the pillar.
Oh yeah, with
it's just
the stalactite. Yeah.
there's like massive
Oh, that's
fire
right.
explosions ripping through this whole place. It's safe to say Hayu is consumed.
Yep. That was how long officially was he out for?
This is one of the shortest times yet.
About 2 minutes. Alright, so this is just the initial explosion. Norin,
God.
you take 28 fire damage. Lily,
Of course.
you take 16 fire damage as you shield yourself from the fire. Thomas, you
And
take...
absorb elements too.
Okay, you're going to take 6 fire damage with absorb elements. Rend, you're hit for 35 points of fire damage, or 17 because you're raging. Nara, you brace yourself for incoming explosion. You take 12 points of fire damage.
I'd like to use my reaction to interpose my shield with shield mastery.
You just hold up that shield, and the fire instead rolls around it. And Than, you'll hit for 32 points of fire damage.
I have resistance.
Alright, you take 16. The woman who screamed, like, really didn't want to die. Well, you imagine that they're gone.
Dead.
Yeah, that room just gets flooded with fire. Alright, so that's just the initial explosion. And, yeah, that's it for now. Continue, and that was only your first attack. Oh yeah, and then the manticores, of course. I gotta make their save.
Jesus.
Alright, let me roll their damages up.
I'm gonna take them all out this round.
Okay, just gonna make their saves. They just scream.
Honestly, if you add that up, that might be your biggest hit.
I believe so. Yeah.
I had them on Whisper. Let me roll it again.
I
Alright.
think it's gonna be the damage it keeps on giving.
Yeah, they roar out. Whoa! A couple of them wrap their wings around themselves and prevent themselves from taking the full brunt of that explosion. And then there's one more creature, the invisible one, that has to make the save. It has advantage. And it, I mean, you can't really see what happens to it.
Honestly, someone should have told us that there was explosives in this place.
It's really unclear.
Alright, so yeah, that explosion, it rips throughout the entire warehouse. It floods the warehouse with fire. And now things are on fire as well. And we'll just see how long this warehouse holds up for.
We're good people, I swear.
I think we gotta get upstairs and across the crane.
Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead my second attack. Oh well. And I'm gonna go ahead and stay, I guess. Alright. Well, are we running upstairs?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Building's gonna burn and get up there and get across the crane to the ship. Anything that makes it out, we'll deal with.
I'm just thinking, should I retreat?
I don't know how many seconds you wanna stand at a burning building.
Yeah. Alright, I'll go ahead and risk the opportunity attack, step back.
Alright, the manticore is going to try and bite you.
Alright.
Chomps you for 10 piercing damage.
So it's 5?
Yep, 5 of your resistance.
Yeah. Alright, and so is anybody above me on the stairs?
No, this is the landing, and then the stairs just continue up. They spiral upwards to the next floor. You were the first one up, so...
Alright, then I guess I'll move up the stairs then.
Okay.
Quickly.
So you used 10 already, 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
Alright, let me just check something about this explosion. Okay, so you move 10 feet, then 15, and then to get up to the top floor, it's going to be another 20. So you want to go up to the 3rd floor?
I guess I'll move my full 40.
Alright, you're up, you're out on a landing, and there's a 10-foot wide balcony looking down on the floors below. And,
okay.
Yeah, fire is just starting to lick the walls of this balcony. Alright, everyone's going to be burning every round, taking a little bit of fire damage. Ah, the manticore just roars, and it starts flicking its tail spikes at Norin. Miss. Crit. A spike hits you straight in a gap in your armor for 19 piercing. And then that spike from its tail bounces off your armor. The manticore then leaps backwards, and there is a hole in the ceiling on this level. He flies up to get out of the fire, and he's on the same level as you now, Rend. You fool, what have you done? The manticore says, and perches itself up on the balcony.
You hit the thing.
Yeah, it wasn't Rand.
Alright, Lily, at the start of your turn, you take 5 fire damage. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. So, if I remember correctly, we're trying to get out on top of the crane.
You're trying to, get up to the 3rd floor, I guess. That's the plan.
And then from the 3rd floor out onto the crane, right?
Yeah, the crane is accessible by a bridge on the 3rd floor.
Okay.
Let me fix this dynamic lighting up as well, Lily. I've kind of boxed you in a little bit, but there we go. Right, the stairs go counterclockwise, spiraling around. So,
Who
This
wants
way.
to ride with me?
Take Norin.
All right. I reach out to Norn, and he's right next to me, right?
yeah, he's within 5 feet of you. He's like just around the corner of that staircase.
It's hard to see. And I'm gonna dimension door out to that little bridge.
Where are you visualizing? Where on the bridge?
Uh,
The bridge was about 50 feet long, stretching from the crane to the ship.
let's say about 10-ish feet out from the balcony where it connects to the building
Okay,
on the bridge.
on the bridge. All right, there you guys go. All right, you're up here on the bridge now, and it's a 50-foot long bridge, and you can vaguely see the silhouette of the ship to the south here. This is like the crane and the crane platform, and this is like the warehouse to your north.
Okay, so everybody's this way.
Yeah, that's the access to the actual warehouse itself.
Okay, and then I'll use my bonus action to begin blade singing. And then this square is like a platform.
Yeah, it's a large platform. It's made of like wrought iron, and it's got a bit of a rickety railing around it. I think that you can actually see it on the handout. It's a good visualization of it. So yeah, that's it on the handout there. Kind of see a crane extending upwards. It's a platform. The door's like here.
Let's see. Can I try to get that door open?
Yeah, you can try it with your interactive object, and you'll learn that it is locked.
Okay, that's what I do then. I learned that it's locked.
Right, Manticore is going to burn a little bit. Ah! And flies up out of the heat. It's not too hot up where you are, Ren. The Manticore goes through the ceiling, and it sees you and just starts peppering you with its tail spikes. Miss. Oh no, you were reckless. That hits you for 3 piercing. Another one. It misses you. 3rd spike. Miss. And the Manticore, he perches on this catwalk. Another Manticore is burning. Ah, fuck this! He flies up out of the heat, and the ceiling is about 20 feet where you are, Rand, and here comes some more tail spikes for you. It just starts flicking them at you. You hit for 3 piercing damage. 2nd spike misses, and 3rd spike hits you for 3 piercing damage. And that mobile Manticore, he lands on that balcony as well. There's a bit of a hiss coming from around the corner, Thomas. And running up into the stairs is a death slab. This,
Oh, jeez.
looks like a frog, battle-toad type creature. Massive greatsword in its hand. And it's just kind of escaping the flame a little bit. And it looks like it's running after Rand. But it sees you there, Thomas. And it's going to provoke from you. Oh, you've used your action. It's going to run up, and it's going to cast a spell around the corner there. And the It's going to like basically fall down the stairs. And that spell is called Cloud Kill. Alright, Cloud Kill drops. So it actually falls down the stairs and covers Nara and Than as well. So Nara and Than, you're now heavily obscured, and it's just like a cloud of poison gas. When you start your turn, you'll need to make a Constitution save against poison. And then that Slad, he continues like running up, and he basically bumps into you, Rend, and you're blocking him from exiting the stairwell. Actually, that's his turn done. Right, Thomas, make a con save against poison. You take 23 points of poison damage and 2 points of fire damage at the start of your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run down the stairs until I run into somebody.
Alright, you run down the stairs and basically you step 5 feet, and then that's when you bump into Nara.
I say, all right, Nara, come with me if you want to live. And I'll dimension door, and I'm gonna picture the just before getting on like the bridge right next to the building.
Okay, like the
On
platform
the bridge.
at the
Yeah.
start of the bridge.
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm guessing that you're going with him, Nara. You're not resisting in
Yeah.
any way. Alright, you guys then disappear, and you find yourself on the bridge, and Norin and Lily are here too.
Oh, hi guys.
Yo. And yeah, I'll move this way a little bit in my turn.
Okay, so yeah, this is the crane here. This is that platform. Ship's down to the south. And there's like a little housing dock of the crane as well. Some windows and a closed iron door. Alright.
So where exactly is the door? Is it right in front of Lily, or is
Yeah.
it the square?
It's
Right in front of Lily.
it's actually the square next to her.
Okay.
It's in this square.
Because I don't think I'm.
She's
gonna-
uselessly rattling it.
It is just a little bit too far for me to come up and try to break it down. So, I'll get to here, and I'm gonna bonus action second wind because I'm already pretty hurt, and that was a terrible roll. And I'm just gonna ready a javelin. If something other than a friendly opens that door, I'm chunking the javelin.
Okay. Nara. You're up here on the bridge. This is the platform. There's a crane here. The ship, Mr. Dory's ship, is to the south of you, and this is the door that leads into the warehouse.
I'll move here and ready an attack. If anything comes through the door that isn't friendly.
Okay.
Y'all can open the door if you want.
Didn't have enough movement.
Didn't have enough movement, so I would have tried to break it down, but I can't.
Alright, and if you're finished then, I'll hit the EOT button. Thank you. Then, you'll need to make a Constitution save against poison. At the start of your turn, you take 25 poison damage and 5 fire damage.
I got resistance to fire.
2 fire damage.
I feel like if that had been swapped, it'd be a little better.
At the same time, at least you're not taking 5d8 fire damage every round. Alright,
Yeah.
Than, so yeah, there's an explosion. You can't see anything. This thick poisonous gas have just flooded down from above you. It sounds like Rend had run up the stairs. Other people have, made it clear that they're getting out into the crane.
I will go up the stairs 35 feet. Where does that get me?
Moving up 35 feet, you would get to the... basically in between the second and third floor. I'll put on this dynamic lighting. And what you'll see the staircase just still spiraling around. And you can hear like that slud run up in front of you a little bit. And you hear Rend running up ahead of you as well, but you're just seeing a section of the wall. They're right around the corner though. The stairs go counterclockwise up.
Okay, then I will bonus action. So I've already passed the second floor now, correct?
Yeah, you're on basically in between the second and third floor.
Okay, so from what I see then, basically my question is, from what I'm perceiving or what's happening here, can I use my bonus action to dash rather than disengage?
You're not engaged with anything.
Okay.
If you want to use the bonus action to dash, you can do that.
Yeah.
Alright, as soon as you move like 5 more feet, I mean the Slad and the Ren, they're like right around the corner from you. So as soon as you move 5 more feet that way, you see the Slad now. Just a little bit ahead of you.
I don't see. I see. What am I supposed to? Oh, is it okay if I move there, or no?
Do you see him in this square? The Slad?
I see. Yeah, I see him there. Yeah.
That's where he is.
Okay. Can I get past?
No, he won't let you go by if you're trying to move into him.
Oh, sorry. What is that? That's the slag or the.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Ren. Sorry, I thought that was Ren. Yeah. I got this black. He's half in the black triangle, so I couldn't really see what it was. Sorry.
He is obscure.
Did you trap him quietly?
Yeah, he's half covered from the wall of the staircase. It's a very narrow spiral staircase, so you can't really see around the corners that well.
Gotcha. I would like to. I'm gonna just try. I'm gonna command him to flee.
Alright, you cast command on the Slad, and it's ignoring you. It doesn't work.
Can I get to this square or no?
Yeah.
Not possible. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing in that space. And when you
Alright.
come around the corner as well, Ren's ahead of you. The heat's not as intense here.
Okay. Then I guess I don't really have anything else to do. I've used my everything. That's it. That's it.
It's hard to see this door, so I'll put like a green rectangle there so you guys can see clearly where that door is. Okay, that fire at the start of this round, it's reached the third floor now. And Rend, you take 2 points of fire damage at the start of your turn.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and take the attack of opportunity from him.
Alright, it's got this giant greatsword in its hand, and it just swings out over at you. It hits, and when it hits you, there's like this disgusting, debilitating necrotic energy that floods you. You take 6 slashing damage and 5 necrotic, 11 points.
Alright, and then try to kick the Dory in or whatever.
You can use your action to make an athletics check. And
alright. And since I'm raging, it should be at advantage.
Yeah, you just pick the door up and just move it to the side. Like
add fuel to the fire.
You open it by ripping it off its hinges.
And then Oh shit!
Oh, hi,
There's
Rand.
things up there too.
All right, as you open the door, Rend, you look out. You see Nora, Nara, Lily, and Thomas out here, and then like bursting out of this crane are 4 scum. And you've got an attack there, Norin, with an opportunity attack there. Yeah, they're spilling out of the windows of this crane.
Yeah, I said that I had a javelin in hand, so I'll attack with a javelin.
Okay, you can do a melee attack. You don't have to throw it. That is a crit.
And this is actually gonna be -1, from that.
Okay.
Because I have him set up for throwing, pretty much.
All right, you
That's
just
all I do.
push the javelin into its weird slimy flesh.
All right.
Alright, Rend is standing at the doorway. There's just like a big, massive blossom of flame rolling up behind him.
And I'm going to move back 5 feet now that the door's open until I get Than out of here.
Okay. It's kind of, yeah, it's pretty bright in here with all the fire now. And this fire is licking the balcony of the 3rd floor. The manticores are burning too. Ah! One of them screams as it gets a bit scorched. And it's going to just start flinging its tail spikes at you, Ren. First lot. It hits for 5 damage. Second lot. Miss. Third spike hits you for 2 piercing. Alright, this scum spills out of the crane. And Nara, you've got your reaction. Your held action there if you like. You slash into the beast with 14 slashing damage, slices through its translucent flesh, and it jumps on you, Nara. And these are armed with tridents, and tries to poke you with its trident. And oh, he's on whisper. Let me do that again. I don't know why he set the whisper. It's a crit. It just riposts you and sticks that trident into you for 10 piercing. And brings the trident back and comes in for a second attack. It completely misses with the second attack, and then one of its slimy tentacles reach out and try to grab you as well. And it hits, wraps that tentacle around you, and floods your mind with this confounding psychic energy. You take 21 points of psychic damage and have disadvantage on wisdom saves for 1 round. And the scum continues spilling forth even more. If you do get confuddled like this with the wisdom saves, I'll give you like a little swirly, screwy face icon. Alright, Lily.
Okay, let's see. I head over here, and I learned to my detriment that Shadow Blade doesn't do much, so I think I will Big B's hand.
Okay. Which configuration did you want to do for Big B's?
Let's see. I'll put it over here, and I'm gonna be trying to punch this guy.
All right, I'll give you a punching fist icon, and you can move it around when it loads onto the map. If it loads onto the map. There we go. Alright, large spectral hand, all yours. If you wanted to position elsewhere, yeah, go for it.
And we'll throw a punch.
Alright, as you guys are fighting here on this bridge, I just want everyone to say cheese, because ta-da, there's some artwork of it. That's what it looks like. There's Thomas. It looks like Thomas is about to cast a fire spell on the left there, but like he's literally just on fire. And there's Lily in the middle there, and there's Nara with her shield with some sort of weird slimy fish creature jumping on her. Actually, kind of look like troglodytes in that handout, but anyway.
Who's
I'm
out
not
in the middle?
gonna anticipate any more creatures coming out.
Looks like Dritz.
It does look like Dritz. That's not
We're
right.
saved.
So okay, I'm gonna make my attack roll.
That's a hit. And it slams into this thing, ripping off layers of its slimy flesh.
Okay. I think that's all I can do.
Alright. Everyone in the warehouse is burning, including these manticores. They're flying up as high as they can, and this one is just going to use its tail spikes on Rend. Miss. It hits for 2 piercing. And a crit for another 7. And next manticore starts to burn. It flies around and is just going to focus on you, Rend. Tail spike. It's a crit. Direct hit for 5 piercing damage. Here comes another one. It's a miss. And a third spike misses you. And yeah, the manticores are just flying up kind of over this large opening that leads down to the areas below, trying to escape the flame. Alright, this slud that has run up the stairs, chasing down Rend, looks behind him and sees you, Than. And it's just going to engage you with its greatsword. It comes in and takes a swing at you.
Great.
And it's a miss. It's going to come in again with a second attack. The fire is not really bothering it that much either. I mean, it's obviously resistant. Gotta pick off that damage. That cloud kill behind you is gone. Not that it was affecting anyone anymore anyway. It does a couple of attacks, and then it's going to try and bite you.
I try to pet it.
It bites you on the hand for 12 piercing and 5 necrotic damage.
Fat froggy.
It says. It starts speaking in this strange language that you don't understand. Thomas.
How high up is the 3rd floor? Like 30 feet?
Yeah, you're actually 50 feet above ground level. And if you were to fall off the bridge on this side, you're going to fall into this toxic waste. There's a small walkway, I guess. But yeah, you're 50 feet above the ground level.
And there's no platform on the other side of the crane?
No, it's just the ground.
Alright, let's see how strong these things are. I'm gonna
That's the
just
area that you're in
teleport.
there.
Nice. I'm gonna try to grab this scum and lift it 30 feet up and away.
Okay. Wow, I can fly, it says. It's going to make a strength save.
I think it's just a straight strength check against a straight charisma check.
Yeah, I meant strength check. Alright, so where are you sending it?
Up and away 30 feet.
Alright, it gets launched onto the ground. And you can roll the falling damage for it. It's 5d6. It just... An invisible force just launches it flying off of the platform. Squelches onto the ground. Take care of that one.
And bonus action to live up to the picture, I'll quicken a firebolt at the damaged one next to Nara. With Tides of Chaos for advantage.
That's a direct hit and starts to burn that scum down. It's looking quite injured.
I'll take a step back and have my turn.
Alright.
Okay, before I do anything, repositioning an enemy that you have grappled is what, 10 foot of takes 10 feet of movement to
if
do
you
that?
if you wanna move a creature that you got grappled, for every 5 feet it costs you 10 feet of movement.
Okay. I want to try and grapple this one.
Alright. Make an athletics check.
Ah, come on, Lauren.
It's grappled.
Alright, let's move it around to in front of me,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna walk it forward. That's 10, so that's 20, and then 30, and then I'm gonna let it go off the edge.
All right. It'll get a dex save to try and cling on to the side. And that's not enough. You just shove it off. Tries to reach out and grab something, and then it's gonna fall into the slime pool. 50-foot drop, and you can roll 5d6 because it is like the consistency of mud. It's falling damage. That's gonna hurt. You hear a big slapping sound. You can
So I roll a 5d6?
yeah, you can roll it up. And it falls it kind of hits the side of the street, or that little walkway, and then it hits the alchemical filth below, 50 feet down.
Alright, I'm not gonna have to worry about that one for a minute. Then I'll turn and use my second attack on this one.
That hits. You slice into it, and yeah, it's very hurt. Just this weird
Alright,
slimy
and-
green blood dripping out of it.
One more.
Hit. You slice the scum some more, and it's still standing, still hanging on.
I'll be down. I'll put my unwavering mark on it, but I think Nara's about to wipe it up.
Okay.
No bonus actions. That's it.
Nara.
Nara grits her teeth and uses bonus action Fighting Spirit. And swings at the wounded one.
Alright, gives all your attacks advantage. Roll again. Just in case it's a crit. Definitely hit it though. Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. An extra 1d8. 11 damage. That is enough to put that scum out of its misery. You just thrust the longsword straight through it, and it quivers onto the ground dead.
And I want to move over and attack this other one. Is that... I don't have to climb up on this thing or anything, do I?
No, there's like a room in there. You can just like move in there. They've opened the door, and it's like a small crane house. And you drive the longsword straight through that one as well. It's looking a bit injured.
And again.
22 is a hit. And you strafe the longsword across it again. More of this green, slimy blood sprays out everywhere. And it
Then,
just quivers.
and I'm gonna action surge and attack it again.
That's another hit. You continue hacking into this thing. And it's looking bloodied now.
And again.
That's another hit.
And again.
And another hit. Slashing through the scum. Again, it's almost dead. It's been very badly injured, dripping with this slime.
And that's my turn.
Makes this strange sound and comes in at you with its trident. It misses. It swings again. And it clings off your shield, and then one of its slimy legs starts to wrap around you, and you just push it off of yourself. It's then gonna just move over here, quivering around a little bit. Alright, then it's getting hot, like even the railing that you're standing on is starting to glow. You take 6 points of fire damage at the start of your turn.
That's with resistance?
Oh, 3. Sorry, 3 with resistance.
I'm gonna put Pat to the grave on this motherfucker.
Okay.
I'm not happy with him.
I'll just give him this skull icon. Kind of looks like Ren's. They're twins now.
And then
Brother.
I will. I guess can't really do too much else except for, of course, putting the help action on him. Of course.
Okay.
And then, my turn.
This scum gets to its feet and it's gonna try and climb back up. And yeah, 12 is not enough. It's,
oh man, it's gonna get javelins rained all on it.
Judging to climb this crane, it would be pretty difficult to climb this thing. There's not much to really grab onto, you know. You're basically climbing a wall with just a few little things to grab onto. It shakes a tentacle at you angrily. And the one that got flung off by Thomas is just flapping its tentacles at the crane feebly. Alright, oh, what does that mean? Collapse 3. Ren.
I assume it means the crane, the boat, the building, all of it's coming down.
Was it on 4 before? I think it might have been on 4.
Ren. You're burning, but you don't actually feel it. You take 0 damage.
I mean, I was trying to get Than out of there, but he's like blocked in.
Yeah.
And I don't think
that
I
slide
can't
will
really
have to get moved out of the way if he's to get through it.
Grab it.
All right, so that's what 5, 10.
Yeah.
No grid there. So yeah, I'll try to grapple him.
All right, make an athletics check.
Right. Is that an advantage since I'm raging?
Sure is. And you grab onto it. As you grab it, Rend, you notice that its flesh is kind of like all cracked. It's looking very vulnerable. But its injuries are also closing up. This thing is regenerating too.
Sweet. And so Norin was able to move with the thing he grabbed?
Yeah, if you move, then it moves with you, but your movement speed is halved. So every square
10.
you move will cost you 10.
20. All right, then I'm gonna try to move towards the edge and see if I can't.
So that'll be
chunk
10.
him up of it.
So 20, 30, and then with the last of your movement, you can throw it off the edge like that.
All right.
And it'll get a dex save. Another thing you could do is just shove it and shove it another 5 feet, and then it's not going to get a dex save.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
It will like using your second attack. All right, you can make another athletics check.
All right. Athletics.
If you're kind of dangling off the edge at this side, and then what do you do, Randy? Like push kick it or something?
Yeah, you know, this is Sparta! And kick him off.
That's what I was going for. Wow! And it just disappears into the fire below.
I mean, he has the beard for it.
It's a 50-foot drop, so you can roll up the damage there, Ren. I mean, Leonidas.
What is that's 5d6?
Yeah. It kind of just disappears into the fire below. And you can't even really see it anymore.
And that's so that's all my moves. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead on with my bonus action and ignite the flame tongue.
Okay, yeah, there's not enough fire in here already, so good idea.
Exactly.
Alright, the manticores are screaming, "Ah, it's too hot!" they say. And yeah, one of them has no choice but to get out of here. It's going to just push through here. But before it gets there, it is going to flick some spikes at you, Ren. One lot. And it gives you a goodbye present. 2 points of piercing damage. It squeezes out, escaping the burning warehouse. It comes up to Thomas and just tries to claw him with this lion paw. And it claws you for 7 slashing damage, Thomas. And then it's going to try and bite you as well. And it chomps you for 5 piercing. And then it like continues squeezing out and just runs up to here. Lily.
Alright, let's see. And then I'm gonna have I'm gonna punch the Manicore.
Okay.
Oh, ouch.
That's a miss. The Manticore gets down low and the fist swings over the top of it. While you are standing here though, Lily, I'll just describe this area to you. So there's just a decrepit looking hull of a ship suspended by the crane. There's these massive chains holding it up. They're creaking and groaning. It's raining. The ship's shifting in the wind. And there's only one access you can see. That's a large hole near the bow of the ship on the port side. And then there's like this, it's like a trough with all of this water dripping into this hole over here. And then there's this like disgusting red and grey smoke belching out of that hole. This water flows into it. That's over here.
So smoke is coming out of this hole.
Yeah, there's water going into it and this disgusting smoke coming out of it. And it's the only way in that you can see.
Let's see. I can... From here, what is this stuff? Can I like walk on
you
this?
can walk on it. It's just the hull of the ship.
I just want to get close and see what I can see.
You can't see into the hole from here. You need to get a little bit closer. Another burning manticore is just going to try and escape. Ah, hot, hot, hot! It yells out. And it's going to flicker some spikes at Rend, just like the other one. And it's going to completely miss. It's going to push through this door. And it's going to finish its movement by spilling out next to Thomas. And it's going to try and claw Thomas as it goes by him. It's going to try and bite him. And
I'll shield.
bites you with a lion face.
I'll shield that one.
Let's roll on the Wild Magic Surge table, Thomas. Let's make this interesting. What's the worst that's going to happen?
Blue again. God damn it.
You just unblued yourself.
There we go.
He blew himself.
He's always doing that.
Little boy Blue. He needed the money.
Alright, this manticore is going to fly forward. It's going to pretty much do exactly the same thing. Try and take Rend out with a spike. It's going to miss. It's going to squeeze out the door. And then it's going to say, "Ah! It's a blue man!" And swing at Thomas. Like it's seen blue men before. And it's going to miss. The slide. It's not over. It flies up. Through the fire, just below the balcony that you're on, Rend, about 5 feet below you. It's like, yeah, flying now. So I'll leave you to deal with that. Just when you think it was gone, it bursts up through the flames. You can see its wounds are mostly regenerating. Still has that cracking grave magic on it though. Thomas.
Alright, I'm gonna use the telekinesis to try to grab this manicore Shove him back in the room 20 feet and hold him there.
No, don't put me back in there, the Manticore says. I don't want to go! Ah! And you fling him back into the room with a fire 30 feet.
And, yeah, then I'll quicken an acid splash on these two up here.
Okay. Ball of acid pops in front of them, and they both leap out of the way.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Dexterous mofos. But kind of afraid to move too far. But I guess I'll move there.
Norin.
Norn turns from the ledge, looking down on his.
They're very
thing that he.
feebly reaching out with their tentacles.
Yeah, I'll turn around, draw the longsword, and I'm gonna try to chop the head off that Manicore.
Head. And you do exactly that. The head rolls off the edge and splashes on the ground next to the scum.
Alright. I'll turn to the scum. Make some more attacks.
That's a hit. You slice into this thing. It's looking very injured.
Alright, I'm gonna put my unwavering mark on it just in case. And then I'll swing again.
That's another hit. And another deep injury on that scum.
Damn it. Alright, we're gonna action surge. So we can finish this thing off. Oh no!
To miss it, it grabs your arm with its slimy tentacle. You have to pull the blade back. And you thrust forward, hit, and another disgusting scum quivers and falls onto the ground dead.
Alright, and then I'll move up here by Thomas, and I'll use my last attack on the Manicore.
That hits. You slash through this large beast, and it's looking kind of hurt now too.
And I'll put my unwavering mark upon it. And that will be my turn.
Nara.
Move there, and I'm gonna attack the Manicore.
That hits, slashing it across its side.
And again.
The ship, the bridge, and the whole crane kind of almost sways in the wind and puts you off balance. Miss.
And one more time.
And you thrust forward and drive the longsword into the Manticore's hind leg. Blood sprays out everywhere, drips down onto the platform. The Manticore is seriously injured.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to second wind.
Alright,
that's my turn.
And it's heating up in here. You take 4 points of fire, 2 points of fire damage with your resistance.
So I will head over to the door-ish area, and I will try to cast Sleet Storm on this fire in here.
Okay.
Some way. The source of the fire is down below.
I mean,
is it just everywhere?
The entire warehouse on fire at this stage.
Okay, I'll see if that helps at all. I'll just douse this area with Sleet Storm. Yeah. Do I need to template or something? I don't know how this is going to work.
It's a 40-foot radius, So
You know,
it's
I
like,
don't really have the actual spell.
It's basically like the you're doing it from an item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't understand why you're laughing. I guess I should have it actually pulled onto my thing.
The Sleet Storm is like basically the entire world. It's a 40-foot radius, so it's like absolutely massive. It takes up the entire warehouse, and it's going to put the entire warehouse out. It exposed flames are doused, so
I'd like to not put it on us if that's a thing.
well, I'll leave you
Can
to sort out where you
okay.
want to just ping where you want to center it. I mean, it's 40-foot radius, so it's an 80-foot diameter. So if it's anywhere in the warehouse, it's the entire warehouse, or if it's anywhere outside, it's all of, mostly outside.
So yeah, I guess I want to push it further that way if possible, so it's not, like that right there.
Okay, it'll not actually reach the far wall if you center it back here. It'll only reach out like 40 feet from the far wall.
I liked it where you had it before, a little bit more towards me.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, this doesn't do any damage. It's heavily obscured. All of the flames are doused, so you just put out the entire warehouse. And slippery. You can fall prone. It's hard to concentrate in there.
And I step out into the deck and look around to see who needs my help action. And it looks like
Scum
this Manticore.
One's down here 50 feet below you. Alright,
This guy.
he's on the Manticore.
I'll try to for that guy. And then I'll end my turn, I guess. Or wait, I want to get out of Ren's way, so I'll go up a little bit more and I'll end my turn there.
Alright, the scum below are going to keep on trying to climb up. They're not having any luck, and something ominous happens. This one disappears behind a corner. It's gone.
I'm gonna start running up the stairs.
It was there 1 second and then it was gone. Grand. It's nice and cool in here now. You just see a big cylinder of ice, basically.
Gotta go ahead and exit this stupid place. Oh, hey guys.
I think you can. There's just a nice little gap where you can get through without the ice.
Yeah. Okay. Then. Yeah. I'm gonna attack that Manicore.
All right. Hate to say this, but you do have advantage for Zan's attack. Zan's help action.
Oh. Then I won't even reckless. Then. Great weapon.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh shit! What is happening here?
All right, that is a hit. Alright, Ren finally comes out of the burning warehouse and just, with a flaming longsword, just cuts the Manticore in two.
It's like, move! And, let's see, that was 20, 30.
It's like 2 sessions in a row, isn't it? No, less. Yeah, it might be.
That's 30. 40. So can I come here and reach this guy, or is he down?
He's
far
50
down?
feet below. He's all the way on
Oh,
the
he's
ground.
okay.
I've been just throwing him over the side over here.
Then I'll back up and try to block the things from getting to Thomas.
Okay, doorway's here. If you want to block it, you'll need to be in that square.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Alright, so it's just Manticore and the Death Lad left. They're inside the warehouse. They're in a heavily obscured area. Lily, you're up.
So you said I need to be just a little closer to the hole?
Yeah.
So I just want to look in and see what's going on.
There's a few sensations. Firstly, it's hot. There's hot air that blows past your face. This smell is like nothing you've ever smelt before. It's a weird, it kind of burns your nostrils. It smells highly poisonous. It's not enough to make you choke. It just smells bad, really chemically. And down there seems to be a pool. It's a very small compartment, and there is a grate over this hole here. This is a pool of steaming water below, is what you see. Maybe some boilers, some metal contraptions.
Huh. And there doesn't seem to be any other entrance into this boat besides that.
That's the only one that you see.
Oh boy. Okay.
You'd have to
I don't know,
also
what
lift the grate to get in there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna help these guys over here because I don't know what to do with that information. So I'm gonna send the fist down to punch this guy down here.
Okay. It's got about 60 foot of movement, right?
Yeah, it's got 60 foot of movement, but I don't think it matters.
Alright.
I can't roll.
It's a miss.
Okay.
Alright, the Manticore just basically burst through the sleet storm.
He's held.
Uh,
He's held.
oh,
he's held until the beginning of my next turn. We can make another check.
Oh, he's restrained?
Hold him. Yeah.
Okay. Then he falls instead. He's gonna fall straight down to the bottom.
He's actually held
Oh.
up where he's at, like midair from
Okay,
telekinesis.
alright. You didn't let him go, basically. Alright.
Right.
He's stuck there. And
I was gonna try to hold him with fire.
he'll fling some spikes at Rend. Disadvantage. Oh, he can't even maneuver his tail properly. All the spikes miss.
And a hit then.
Alright, the Slud, it has to make a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC, because it's concentrating. What's your DC, Sam?
On the sleet storm, 17.
Okay. And back down it goes.
Try climbing the stairs.
Alright, it's gonna fall. It's gonna hit the ground. And it's going to then turn invisible. Not that you'll see that. Thomas.
So we should let the Manicore out. So I won't try to rehold him. I'm just gonna move over here and use telekinesis.
When you let go of him, he drops because he ends at the start of your turn, right?
Yep.
Oh, and he's gone. He falls. You hear him thud on the ground.
Nice. And I'll try to grab the scum and move him 30 feet into the slimy, toxic waste. What I hope is slimy, toxic waste.
It's the stuff that they are created from. It empowers them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Makes them stronger.
You're not sure if it's going to affect these creatures, but it does not look very healthy. And it resists.
Alright. But for good measure, I'll quicken a ray of frost at the Manicore.
No, you can't see. The
slow it.
Manicore is like 50 feet below you
Oh.
at the bottom of the warehouse.
Oh, it fell. It fell, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's gone.
Alright, then. That was 5, 10, 15. 5:30. Alright, I'll move there.
Alright, there's basically just that scum on the ground here, and that's it, really, now.
Lily's trying to wave you guys over.
I'm coming.
You're up, Norin.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
could
I'm not gonna-
break initiative now, because this scum's going to. It looks like it's going to run around the corner as well, and
Disappear.
yeah. Unless you guys want to try and attack that scum still for one round.
Not necessarily. I don't want to waste javelins on that thing.
I'm just wanting to, while I still have telekinesis up, get across and try to pull that grate open.
Alright, we'll break initiative for now. This other scum disappears around the corner, and that Manticore and Slad, they've not yet returned. Alright, we'll take a 10-minute break now as well, and then we'll come back and we'll take it from there. I'll see you guys back in a bit.
I want to stop the water from getting delivered to that hole.
That's a great idea, Thomas.
I appreciate the pun of great, even if no one else does.
You didn't have enough fire?
Huh?
I said you didn't have enough fire?
Oh. I have enough fire. I'm on pain meds from surgery last week, so I don't get it. I might be a little slow tonight. I don't know, but it looks, if they've got a trough of water flowing into that grate, I assume they need it for something, so. I don't know if stopping the flow will help anything, but it wouldn't hurt to deprive them of something they've gone to such trouble to get.
You know, in retrospect, the Griffins could have flown some people up to this too.
Or if we're in a dimension door anyway.
Right. Just saying, we had a variety of options.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta go brush some teeth.
Yeah. Be right back.
Where are the griffins?
That is what I just posed a moment ago.
Oh.
I was just like, with griffins, could we not have just flown up to the boat?
Just have them, ferry people up to them.
Plus 2 wizards who can cast fly, plus a wizard who can, 2 wizards who can teleport, plus 1 wizard who can do a group teleport. But we somehow managed to pick the explosion.
At least we don't need the halfling to create a distraction.
We
I'm
did
sure
warn him we would need the distraction.
That's true. But I'm sure the fire brigade or something's got to be on the way.
I bet they just let things burn to the ground.
That's why it's all sectioned off in the area, so the whole place can't burn at once.
Considering the condition of the rest of this place, they'll probably not even notice.
Plus, Thon put it out.
That's true.
I did.
You think the woman and the guard are alive then? You put it out in time?
No, I ensured that they died first. I was listening for the screams to die out. And then use Sleet Storm.
Well, it's a good thing she wasn't involved. Poor
She
lady.
didn't want to be involved, so that's one way of dealing with it.
You guys are ruthless.
Not really. Whoever lit the match was ruthless.
That
We
would
didn't
be
light matches. We did not light a single match.
Nope. If the Manicore had just stood his ground, it'd have been okay.
Exactly. If it didn't fall over like a bitch.
Yep. I was just waiting for the crane and the ship and everything to collapse.
Did you ever find out if the crane is attached to the building?
Well, when you look at that picture, it looks like it's on the roof. And it looks like it goes across to the ship. But I don't know if that's how it actually goes, but it looks that way.
It looks like it's a wooden... No. Yeah, it might be.
But like if that building collapsed, doesn't matter what the crane's made of, it's just going to collapse with it. Seems like
Yeah,
a poor design from a structural integrity standpoint.
It looks like a nightmare crane. Doesn't look like it's gonna... Just attached to the balcony? Just sitting on the balcony?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely looks, doesn't look stable.
No, doesn't the building look concrete from the picture? Just with
I gotta-
how it's...
Gotta find the picture again. Oh, there it is. Maybe. It's...
Like as far as... Maybe not. Maybe it's all wood, solid wood.
Certainly the interior was. And so we're in that, if I look at the picture, we're in that little small building attached to the bridge, right? That's where we came out of?
Doesn't make sense because that would be... That doesn't seem like that would be third floor. I mean,
Unless
that picture is a true depiction of what's happening.
Unless that place is just huge.
Yeah, unless it's like... That would be like 8 stories? 7 stories?
How you guys
I like
doing? It's
Good.
it follows D&D physics, so
Yeah.
you can have
Don't take...
you can have a staircase leading up.
Listen, we were bored, alright? We were over analyzing the picture.
You can have stairs.
Don't judge.
Stairs
Don't judge.
leading down 80 feet to a 20-foot high room. That's just a joke for another campaign when I was describing the room.
Oh yeah. It's a Friday or Monday?
It's like it leads down into it's like you go down like 20 feet and there's suddenly like a room with an 80-foot high roof somehow. Alright. So Okay, all right. It's pissing down here. There's like powerful winds. This bridge is like swaying, and it's raining. And that explosion. I mean, that was doused pretty quickly, and it was a bit of a bang. A few people are starting to gather around, and then there is suddenly just another explosion of another warehouse about 2 blocks away. You see this massive blossom of fire just reaching up.
Oops.
That might be the halfling.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I didn't think that was us. I thought it was the distraction.
Finally got our distracted.
And people start turning their attention towards that. Alright, so alright, this bridge is swaying, and yeah, the wind has picked up. It's quite precarious. But yeah, as long as you're not like going really quickly along it, you don't have to worry about making any sort of ability check. If you were to move quickly or perform an action and move, then yeah, there is a good chance you might fall prone with this wind kicking up, or worst case scenario, fall down to the scum below.
Should we cut the bridge?
You might want to get out that way.
Yeah, but
Either that or walk across the chain.
Alright,
But the frog dude is going to be back there
I'm
somewhere.
gonna roll initiative. Because here comes the manticore and the slide. They've just gone around the side and they just fly up towards you guys from around this corner. The slide
Is he visible?
He is visible. He's flying through the air, and they're about 20 feet above the ground as they start to fly towards you guys. Manticore using its wings, and the slud held aloft by magic, so it seems. So, got Norin up first. They're
Wait,
about
I'm
30 feet below you.
Whoa.
Yeah, everyone rolled terribly.
Yeah, I mean, because Norton's usually like last. Okay. Interesting.
Keep in mind, you do need to take precautions along this bridge.
Yeah. So on is this like a deck that we can walk around here, or is
Yeah.
it like inside the ship?
No, it's I mean, it is inside the ship, but it's pretty flat. Like the ship's been like hollowed out. It's like the hull.
Oh,
Basically.
okay. I just want to know if I could be like in
Yeah, you
here.
can move around.
And-
There's still like a below decks and a bilge, but yeah, the ship's been modified. You can move around on here freely.
And you said they're 30 foot down?
Yeah.
Okay, he's still within range of my javelins, so we'll throw some.
As you do move around, Norin, on this hulk, you can hear the stress and the ominous creaking and groaning from these giant chains as well.
Interesting.
The javelin misses, the manticore dodges.
Alright, let's try that again.
Correct. That manticore's already badly injured as well. It's scorched, it's bloodied. The javelin sticks into its neck. It's screaming and it's almost dead.
One more.
And that is a hit. It just hits it. Another one in its neck. Falls down. It hits the sludge below and its whole body starts to sink into that sludge.
Ah, shit. There goes those javelins. I'm gonna have to stock up again somewhere. Let's see, I moved 10 feet. So let's get back on the boat.
Remember that feeling?
Yep, whatever.
My arrows, no.
Better there. Then I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna save this hidden step for now.
Brandon.
And guess I'm just gonna wait right there for him. Yeah, so I won't rage just yet.
Okay. The Slud has its greatsword in its hand, and it just flies over onto the bridge, and it swings its greatsword at Than. How long does your path to the grave last for, Than? So how does it expire?
You know what? I'll link it, and you decide.
I decide that it's going to be until the end of your next turn. It's gone. Then it goes for 1 round. Alright, this thing is also completely uninjured. All of the injuries that I had taken earlier have regenerated. And it flies up to the height of the bridge, hovering above the bridge a little bit, and it swings its greatsword at you. Whoosh! It hits. As that happens, you're trying to maneuver around. The bridge groans and moans. You take 20 points of damage, 12 slashing, 8 necrotic, and you need to make a dexterity saving throw. You fall prone from the bridge swaying. You kind of slip, poof, hit the bridge. And then the Slud makes a second attack. And it hits. It brings down this mighty greatsword, hitting for 11 slashing and 2 necrotic damage. And finally, it makes a third attack and attempts to bite. Oh, you're down?
Yep, that's it.
Well,
You have me at 11.
it bites you and you fail 2 death saving throws. It's a critical hit. And you just see this hideous fiend just chomp onto Than's neck. Blood is going everywhere. Dripping down through the bridge. Thomas.
Okay.
Wind is picking up. It's raining. The bridge is swaying. The chains of the bridge are croaking. Groaning.
Alright, I'm gonna try to move the Slad over here so he'll be restrained and where people can reach him.
The telekinesis worn off.
10 minute spell would wear off?
Is it 10? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's still going then. I thought it was 1 minute.
How many rounds did it take us to walk across the bridge?
I wasn't counting rounds. You weren't in combat. But it's been a couple of minutes now since that last fight. Took them a couple of minutes to gather and come at you guys. Alright, make a charisma check, Thomas. And it's going to make a strength check. It's quite strong, but you overpower it and it becomes restrained. Where do you want to put it?
Right here. So no one's forced to take an opportunity attack if they move and they can get to it.
Alright, you just hold it there. Free for all to attack.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'll do.
Alright, then make a death saving throw.
Shit.
And Than is just bleeding out all over the bridge. Luckily, Lily and Roderick went getting spell scrolls of Revivify and Raise Dead earlier.
So that's it then. The end.
Well, you'll need resurrection. Lily.
Okay, so I don't have the things up anymore. I think Lily's going to attempt to. I'm going to try to slow him.
Okay. Alright, it does have magic resistance, giving it advantage.
Okay.
17.
It didn't need it. Jesus.
It resists.
I think that's all I can do.
The ship is groaning. Even the entire ship almost sways with these giant chains that hold it aloft as you move across it. Nara.
I'm gonna attack this thing.
I have advantage, it's restrained. It's a hit.
And again.
That's a hit.
And again.
And that's another hit. 3 good swipes, and you hack through its black flesh and grayish flesh, and as this like bright red blood spills out of these wounds, they start to close up a little bit as well. But you're definitely out damaging its regeneration. Norin.
Well, we're stepping up and we're doing the same thing that our new friend Nara did.
Alright, the longsword gang. The +2 longsword gang. Crit.
We should name our longswords Ned and Kelly.
That's a good one. Alright, you just slash the death slab straight across the face. Wah! Screeches at you. That's another crit. And you slash it again. That's a hit.
Hell of a constipation.
I was looking for the third crit.
Alright, you slice into the slot again. It's looking pretty hurt now.
Man, the third strike did more than the second crit did. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh, I do put my unwavering mark on him just in case.
Okay. Rend.
Alright, I'll step up, go ahead and rage, and then attack.
Hit. You slice into it. The fire doesn't affect it that much, but I mean, you hit it quite hard. That's another hit. Same thing. This thing is very tough. It is taking many attacks to bring this thing down.
And I use my bonus to rage, that's it.
All the while it regenerates. And it's gonna cast a spell called Fireball.
Counter.
A counter spell.
Okay, no one's counterspelling it, then it's gonna go off.
I would,
And-
but I didn't have it prepared.
It drops a fireball, and despite the fireball like hitting these chains and the ship, it doesn't catch anything on fire. It's pissing with rain. Everything's soaked. Doesn't really do any structural damage, but it does hit the 4 of you, and it also starts to incinerate Than's body, and it does burn some of the bridge, scorches the bridge. It's not enough it's not going to be enough to destroy the bridge though. Thomas.
Dex save.
Hey, the DC 0, we all did well.
Perfect.
A little bit higher than 0.
Yeah, I want to use Indomitable.
Okay. Alright, Thomas, you absorb elements down to 18 points of fire damage. Rend, you fail the saving throw, taking 18 points of fire damage. Norin, it just erupts point blank on you, and you take 36 points of fire damage.
Yep.
And Nara, you are indomitable, so you succeed, and you take
And
18
then,
points.
I want to use my reaction to interpose my shield.
Alright. You just duck, put that shield over the top of you, and block the entire thing. Everything is just left scorched with some soot, and the slide is just ending its turn there. And then it kind of just bobs up and down when that telekinetic grip is let go of it, and it's still actually kind of flying a bit.
Alright, I'm gonna try to grab it again. Re-restrain it. Oh.
It doesn't get grabbed.
Alright, and come over to here. Bonus action. Try to hit it with a ray of frost. Quickened.
It's a direct hit. It resists
Did more than try.
the cold damage. The ray of frost sticks straight into it. And this thing is still flying. It's been hit like 10 times and it has not broken concentration.
Lucky bastard.
Alright, then does anyone here have cleric levels or anything?
The one that has cleric levels is Roderick.
I knew a cleric.
Roderick's gonna come by soon. Lily.
Just realizing I don't have any direct attacks short of fireball, which I don't feel like is the right choice here.
You look over at Roderick's down here. Ah, this is a fine stone building, he says. Oh, hey guys. Hey Than. Hey Than, he says, and he waves to Than.
So in that case, I think I just Bigby's hand again. It's the best thing I've got.
Another punchy fist.
Actually, I was thinking about maybe grappling him.
Grabby
Since he's
hand.
flying. Yeah, let me see here. Grasp.
I've got a
Bigby's much stronger than
got like a pinching one. You get choice
Yeah.
of like you can do like a pinching hand or a squeezing one.
I'm gonna do the one that whichever one
You can choose.
grapples it.
And that one's from Zelda.
Do you want to pinch or do you want to?
Let's pinch.
All right. Giant Bigby's hand comes out with lots of pinching things. All right, I'll give you the template too there, Lee, if you want to put it somewhere else.
Okay. I guess we'll. It doesn't really affect anyone, so I guess we'll just put it right on.
All right, it's a +8. +8 on the check.
I think if
Let me
it's
see if
medium or
this works.
smaller, you get advantage on the check.
D20 +8. Does it
All right.
give you advantage if it's
I
small?
think so. If it's medium or smaller, let me.
Yes, it is medium, this creature. So you do have advantage.
24.
It's pinched. It's in a pinch.
Awesome.
Alright, it's grappled.
Yeah.
Attempts to grapple. So yes. And then let's see. While the hand is grappled, he needs a bonus action to have it crushed.
Alright, yeah, we can just squeeze it really hard. 2d6 plus intelligence mod. Ow! And even with it being squeezed, it still has success with its concentration.
It's very intense.
Nara.
I'm not familiar with all these markers. Is anything giving me advantage?
No. It's only grappled and it's got Norin's unwavering mark, which just means it's bad for it.
Alright, I'm going to use Fighting Spirit again. And attack.
That's a hit. And you slash through it. And still hovering in the air.
And again.
That's another hit. And finally it's no longer flying. It just drops to the ground a few feet.
And then with my third attack, I'd like to shove it, try to knock it prone.
Okay. And it just kind of kicks you back. Kicks you back out of the way. And says, "This is Mr. Dory's boat." Norin.
Alright, since he did damage to my allies while he was under my mark, I can do a bonus action attack. I believe I have advantage.
Yeah, from the unwavering mark attack.
Unwavering mark. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have advantage on this. So swing,
Hit.
and it gets a little extra damage.
You hack into this slot and it's still alive.
Alright, let's try to cut it to pieces with my normal attacks. Here's one.
Hit. You slash it again, and it's still hanging on.
Here's two.
That's a hit, and finally, you put it down. It stops regenerating and collapses to the ground, dead.
I hit it once for Than.
So does it look like that grate weighs less than 1,000 pounds?
Not concerned about Than being dead at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm very concerned.
there-
I just can't do anything.
I'll walk over here and I'll see Roderick standing. Just kind of. I'll wave at him.
Ah,
Over here.
Than's been
Come
a
on.
little bit quiet today.
He's dead. Come here.
Here, pull him off the bridge.
Yeah,
I'll pull him off the bridge.
I can't get
Pull his
up.
body. Where is he?
Rend,
Where's-
let down your beard, he says.
We can chunk Than's body down there to him.
True.
I'll
You just roll me off the bridge. I'll never know.
Take a couple rounds, but I can telekinesis him up, right?
Yeah. You can get him up with telekinesis.
Hold on to your beard.
I can fly.
Go very slowly and cautiously across the bridge.
Alright, we did call it. Roderick was out looking for spell scrolls of Revivify and Raise Dead. And yeah, he just happens to have arrived at this exact moment. And he rushes to Than's aid. And he pulls out the first scroll of Revivify. And he's going to try and cast it. Oh, he's actually got really good wisdom, I guess.
What do you got? Guidance for him or anything?
He's got really good wisdom. Yeah. He's gonna say, Than, give me guidance.
Oh, Than's the one that always gives guidance.
I don't have.
He's gonna
I don't know.
he's gonna grab Than and start shaking him. Ah! This is just like the stone bridge! It's a reenactment! Start shaking Than. My Monadin's word! Help me! And let's see what happens. Oh.
Pretty good rolls.
He
Oh,
touches
he's at
you,
18
Than, and
wisdom?
you come back to life on 1 hit point. Yeah, he's got good wisdom. 18 wisdom.
Wow.
Oh,
That's how he knew that Than was going to die. He just
It's just that wise.
he sensed
he
it.
does. He does.
Doesn't
the
he have that-
shillelagh attacks a lot.
Doesn't he have that clairvoyance thing from some sort of something he has?
Exactly.
He's been watching the entire time.
And he says, "Oh yeah, and by the way, we owe 500 gold pieces to someone for that."
How much?
500.
Okay, I can take that.
And then, alright, now as he's arrived here just in the nick of time, suddenly a few members of the guard start to arrive, and Roderick says, "Don't worry, I'll take care of them." Hey! He starts jumping up and down, and he gets Thomas to telekinesis him, like, away.
Give him a ride down.
And then he runs off and says, "This is shit stonework!" and runs off, and the guards chase him down. They say, "Stop!" and then they run after him. Meanwhile, there's just like another warehouse goes off in flames about 3 blocks down.
Jesus,
Man, that guy's
guy.
really trying to earn his money.
Definitely wasn't us. Yeah.
Except
Can I try to
something
lift this crate?
Over the other side of...
Somebody's been trying to check since the end of our combat on the other side of the bridges whether I could telekinesis the grate off.
Alright, you can try to. You'll need to make a charisma check. Actually, does it have... I think it can
It's
interact with
1,000.
objects.
It's automatic if it's 1,000 pounds or less.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
You can just send that great lid flying. There you go, Thomas. It's your
Drop it in the pool.
great lid
Now,
now.
if you were to sit on the Great Lid, could you then treat it like a flying carpet?
Flying grate carpet.
There we go. So, Rand, you just go over and look at the great lid, and somehow it just lifts up. All you did was look at it.
Scared of your
It's
strength.
scared of me. Yeah. Just kind of tapped it with my foot, knocked it off.
As, yeah, hot air, acrid smoke, this swirl of red and grey wafting up, intense amount of heat, and water is just like dripping down. It's like a gutter, dripping down, drip, 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 into this hole, creating steam to rise up. There's moisture
What's
and
that?
slime everywhere, and more of this like shiny mildew stuck to the sides. It basically looks like you're in the bilge, just about, like a converted bilge down here, and yeah. So,
Are we
Got
continuing on
got a very
at this point?
claustrophobic room in there.
That's not the only way down, is it?
I couldn't find another entrance. You're free to look.
No, I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, this is like already like the hollowed out hull, and basically what's below is literally just the bilge area. It's been kind of converted. It's really filthy. It's where all the slime builds up.
Would I be able to cast a that's prayer healing spell?
So,
Up to you.
yes, sir. Dory lives on
Looks
this
like
boat.
looks like your your friend Groton Longflint is going to town with these workshops. There's a third explosion over the other side of town.
Jesus. I think he has something against these alchemists.
So you know that you've got some time.
I'm gonna drop a light cantrip on the copper and drop it down into the hole.
Alright, it is getting obscured by the smoke, but I mean, only lightly obscured though. So you can kind of just see this foggy little light, and then it hits like a barrel of water down there. It looks like a barrel of steaming water that this gutter is dripping into, and then the light actually just vanishes.
So if there's some kind of interdimensional
It's
hole.
about 8 foot of headroom down there. But like just climbing down here, you're gonna have to like dangle down and like kind of jump off to the side. Otherwise, you're just going to fall straight into this big pool of steaming water towards the bow of the ship.
Oh, wait. What do you guys want to do?
I don't know.
So you said it's about 8 feet down. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, there's about 8 foot of headroom down there, and you will have to make some effort to like not just fall straight into the steaming pool.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go in it.
Well, I guess I could.
We have our climber harnesses, right?
Yeah, this is where Mr. Dory is supposed to be living.
If we act quickly before I lose telekinesis, I can set you all down there.
Oh, that would have. Oh, yeah, 10 minutes. That's right. Yeah, you've still got a good amount of time for that. You don't have to really rush, to be honest. Oh, actually, no. Prayer of healing was 10 minutes. So,
Okay. So that's
yeah, it
good.
would have expired in that case.
Nara volunteers to go first since everybody's kind of beat up. But I still have dark vision. That wasn't concentration or anything, right?
No, it's 8 hours too.
It's like a noise from below as well. Like a humming sound and steam and smoke and like humidity rising up from below. Smells like a laundry room mixed with if they were laundering acid.
It's Mississippi.
Thomas, just start lobbing fireballs in there.
Smells like a meth lab down there.
And I'm gonna yeah, I've got 4 sorcery points left. I'm gonna use them, burn them, turn them into level 1 slots.
I also have some extra normal healing potions if anybody needs any.
Just put a couple more on better. Have one.
So this pipe thing, you said was a gutter. Can it be pushed?
Anything can be pushed.
Like,
If you were
Okay.
strong enough.
yeah.
Yeah, you could
I try to push it so it quits pouring water on it that just creates more steam.
okay. Yeah, you can give it an athletics check. It's quite a tough. It's made of metal. It seems to be
Normal.
like fairly, stuck in place.
Norn will attempt to assist him. Okay, you didn't need it.
And that's not enough. You try to push it, and yeah, it's hard. You need a little bit more of a boost there, Rand. But you can try to, Norin.
Okay,
I'll put guidance on you.
cool. Fuck.
And yeah, it's firmly attached to like a nearby building, which looks like an alchemy lab. It's quite a solid metal structure, and yeah, it's going to take quite a bit of strength to shove this thing to the side.
Nara, I'd like to take a crack at it.
I'll guidance Nara.
All right, Nara. Does someone want to help Nara?
Yeah, I'll help her.
All right, you can have advantage, Nara. Surprised Stan hasn't tried yet.
I'm just letting these fools do it first.
Dan will probably
So
move it
you
one
look
finger.
even better when you do it that way.
All right, roll that 1d4.
Everyone's taking initiative on it, so I didn't want to interfere.
And 25, that's just enough. You're basically just like actually bending the metal at this stage, and you just like bend it off to the side, somewhere like that.
Yeah, Nara lets out like a power lifter. Ah! He kind of flexes at the two big dudes.
Nara shits herself.
Little minor shart.
I don't know why Norn tries.
That wasn't
anything
a
with
fart.
ability scores. Norn always fails at ability score stuff, even stuff he's good at.
Oh, come on, bud. You throw javelins like a pro.
I failed because I got a skull
That's not
icon
an
on me.
ability score.
You can't have it all,
That's not a
buddy. You
skill.
can't have it all.
All right,
Shine
so
where you shine.
moving
Throw
that
javelins and
massive
open a door.
gutter, it's kind of subsided the smog a bit, and you can take a little bit more of a look-see in there now. I mean, it's dark, but you got light sources, I presume, or at least you're looking with dark vision. Or Ren's got this giant flaming sword.
Yeah, I've still got the flame sword going.
Okay. That's why the other guy had to do 3 explosions, because Ren's got this like massive glowing torch basically, and there goes the 4th one. And right, you peer in, and more of this oppressively hot and humid air washes over you. You look down and you see this these like boilers, these roaring boilers near the bow. They've been bolted to the deck and the walls on either side. It's a very small area down here. We're talking maybe I can draw it on. Like this room that you're seeing is basically contained within I can actually get the drawing tool up. We're talking like this area. But more like this. The pool actually is not really in the proper position. The pool's actually smack bang in the middle. So it's more like that really. Move this chain out of the way. You can move that chain with that athletics check too. Alright.
Yeah, the ship falls.
You're seeing this section of the ship, but in the area below. And there's these steaming boilers creating the heat. And then just a big pool of water. A circular basin, maybe a few feet deep, maybe even deeper. And that's it. And then seem to be like, some stairs leading like further towards the stern. And it's flooded by the looks of things. Like, it's just filled full of water.
So is Dory a fish dude if he lives here?
Yeah. Trying to see what I got equipment wise.
Well, there might be other parts of the interior that aren't waterlogged.
With the smoke, it wouldn't be difficult for you guys to climb down carefully and jump, so you don't jump in this steaming pool of water comfortably. You could probably only fit about 4 people in that room. Keep in mind there are like hot boilers, and they're probably going to burn you if you touch them. And
Would standing on the water hurt?
That water, it seems to be hot.
We all have water walk on.
Seems to be hot. I mean, we're talking the tiniest bit of damage. It's like hot water. Not gonna.
Yeah, I mean we can all just walk on it. We still have water walk, right?
Yeah.
What if
I
we
mean, you might get a little bit of a steam burn.
Just scalded a little bit.
Yeah, I'm talking like 1 point of fire damage.
What if we use our climbers kits to hang off and start poking holes trying to make holes in the bottom of the hull? I don't know if we could.
You could put a hole in the hull. It would, take you a while. I think maybe an hour to put a good hole through.
Mm.
There's no one down there. But, you can take make a perception check too if you like, if anyone wants to. Take a look and...
Yeah, is there any dry area down there?
Yeah, there's, this area of the bow. I can,
I'm just saying, 'cause I'm gonna throw another coin. Not of copper, so it'll be a silver with light on it into the dry area.
Okay. Yeah, there's a small compartment. There's enough room for. I mean, if you were just standing there and you weren't fighting, I mean, there's enough room for everyone to fit down there comfortably. If you were fighting, though, I mean, it's going to be squashed. But yeah, there are 4 boilers lining the walls, like here and here, here, and here. And it's like the pool down here, and then this area, like towards the stern, west of this map, it's all flooded.
Stick my head in the hole and look and listen, see if I can see or hear anything.
I'll show you the. Put you down on the map below so you can take a look and you can make a perception check, and I'll put on that light cantrip for you there too, so you can. Any side, Thomas? Which side of the pool did you want to throw it? Like this side or this side of the pool?
Yeah, closer towards the center, so it'll light more area.
Okay. I'll move you onto that map below, Thomas, so you can get a better picture of what you're seeing. So you're just down here. So yeah, these are the boilers. There's that pool of water, and there are like flooded steps leading down westward. And something in here. Something in the pool. Blob, 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 blob.
Oh. Alright. Pick my head back up.
You can't see though, the water is like pitch black. It's so murky, it's sleek, it's shiny, it's filled with oil and strange colors from chemicals.
A metal pool or a wooden cask kind of thing?
It's made of metal, some sort of iron, copper maybe.
I'll share what I saw in there.
Roderick yells out from a street away, "It's not made of stone! I'll tell you that."
So there's some kind of creature in that pool right below the entrance here, so maybe that's our guy.
Can you cool the water off with your ice spells?
Certain spells could do that.
I think
Maybe you freeze that creature in there.
Yeah,
Big
the
block of
only
ice.
water spell I can cast, or cold spell I can cast, needs a creature, so.
Well, that's not as useful.
But I guess we could, I mean, it's in a situation where we could all kind of get down there and surround it.
Does anybody have a fishing pole?
What's our goal? What's our goal here with this thing?
Get some answers out of it. We're thinking
Oh, I got a grappling hook.
we need to find
gotta
out where the
attach that.
king is.
Yeah,
Put the death spot on it.
this Mr. Dory fellow, there's a good chance that he knows where King Heckerton is.
Just really wishing I knew disintegrate right about now. So there is room around the tub though that we could get down there and surround it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be cramped, but if you're using a two-handed weapon, you're gonna be at disadvantage on your attack rolls. It's just simply not enough room to maneuver properly with a great weapon like that.
Oh. Should we go down?
Sure.
If that's the plan. Nara volunteers to go first.
Okay. You don't need any ability check to get down there. Nara, it's illuminated as well. She disappears down the hole. Who's next?
Alright, Rand will put his the flame tongue away and pull his hand axe out. And I guess hop down.
Okay. Keep in mind you can also do two weapon fighting with two hand axes.
Oh, okay. I've only got one hand axe, I think. The hand axe
Or
plus
hand
one.
you a +1 hand axe out of the party loot.
Juggle the
Oh,
axe
so-
between
Wait, is
the
that the one he's already got?
I was going to say, I've already got one. So unless we had
Yeah,
two.
there were two.
Oh yeah, this is That's the one from the Weevil, right?
Mhm.
Oh, I've actually on mine. It says I got a quantity of 2 already.
There you go.
There you go.
You are
Huh.
the Weevil. You look just like him. You got the beard. Go and hand yourself in, claim 5,000 gold pieces. Alright.
There we go.
Who wants
I'll
to jump
down
in?
after.
I'm just gonna put you guys all down here. Does anyone not
Okay.
want to go down? Anyone want to stay up? Okay. And you guys can just
Well, I
configure
want to,
yourselves
but I don't
how
think
you
it's a good idea.
how you'd be when you get down here. Now, it's very cramped here, and yeah, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of room that you can stand without being like in this pool. And then if you're not in the pool, you're basically touching one of these steaming vents,
Oh, okay. Then
or you're
Good.
kind of squeezed. Yeah, here. I mean, there's room here. There's room here.
I'll grab this spot here.
I think Norin is on Nara Square. Oh, Than's. That's Than. Okay. Alright, when you guys jump down here, there's like 4 of these boilers. They're red hot. They're steaming. You can feel the heat. The walls are covered with this like grey slime, slick moisture and mildew, and there's like built up of scum on the 8-foot high ceiling. It's like dripping down into little like almost like stalactites of grease dangling from the ceiling. Steps lead down into the mid deck, and I mean it's flooded. The midship, sorry, completely flooded. However, there is this like wooden plank that kind of acts as a walkway leading towards the bow that you can see there, Nara. And the water is like pitch black. The air is hot and damp. And when you're all down here, 4 scum rise up from this pool of water.
Yep.
And that's where we'll wrap up the session.
Hmm.
Hello, adventurer, the scum say.
Hello, friends.
Well met.
Not really though.
Alright.
They're clearly monsters. I think Norm would hold off.
And just as that's happening, Roderick just like falls down the hole and like lands on one of them, bounces off to the side somewhere. And it's going to be a close quarters fight, obviously. But we'll save that for next week.
Cool. Alrighty.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Alright, good work. Getting close to finding Mr. Dory and getting on to the next chapter. I'll see you guys next week. Take care all.
Guys, see you next time.
Finding Dory.
Yeah, I almost made that joke in the Discord earlier, but I couldn't find a good way to like sneak it in, so I was like, and I'm not just gonna put Finding Dory.
See, I just blurt out as soon as my brain makes the connection.
That's a good one. That's gotta be the street. That's gotta be the title of next week's stream. Finding Dory.
Finding Dory.
All right, guys. Have a good week.
Night all.
Okay,
Bye.
week.
See ya.